Good morning. Good morning. Early bird, baby. That this one is summertime. So, it's a little daylight comes a lot faster in the summertime versus when we did this last year in the wintertime, the last day of the year. It was a little darker, but it's daytime, so people kind of can wake up a little bit better. Welcome to an early bird special once again. Just waiting on is it my guest? I can even say my co-host, or I can say host, not co-host, but you know, just waiting. But how's everybody doing? Is my melanated? What's going on? It might be a small crowd of people, but so what? Who cares? So I'm just waiting on. Had to get right. So yeah, just chilling. Slept pretty good last night. It's the weekend. I gotta get myself ready for a trip next week, business trip. I'm doing some good stuff. Love my new job. Well, I should say my new job. It's the same job, just different office. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Um, just smoking my hookah. Just waiting on my co-host or my guest, whatever you want to call her. You know, she's been here. You've seen her before. She's just waiting to get her stuff right. It's morning times. You expect it. You gotta expect it. People getting out the bed fresh. You gotta clean up and get yourself together. I got me a little pick me up for the morning. So yeah, I just pretty much chill. While waiting on her, I've just been chilling. Buying new guns, selling old guns. It's pretty much what I've been doing. I just sold my 50 BMG off, so that's gone. What to replace it? You'll just have to find out if anything does, because I am truly looking at downsizing. Um, I say that, but knowing me, I plan on downsizing, and I downsize, and I get okay. I've sold enough guns. I'm good on that, and then I buy a few more, build it right back up again. Like man, because there are some really nice guns out there. I mean, there's some really nice pieces out there. I would love to have my collection. Some of them are way out of my pocket. But that's how it be sometimes. The hookah that I got, well, and of course, then there's the hookahs too. You know, then there's the hookahs. So it gets pretty funky. Currently, what I'm smoking on though, I got my old trusty glass hookah, one of them anyway. I'm smoking on some blueberry muffin flavored shisha. And let's not get it twisted. People think because you smoke hookah because it's a sweet smoke that it's actually good for you. It's still tobacco. It's good to you. It tastes great. I love it. But it's still tobacco. It's still nicotine in it. It's still all the good stuff. And it could beat you up if you're not careful. So you got to do it in moderation, like anything. Moderation is key. Of course, I overindulge. So I can, but hey, it is what it is. I enjoy it. I've been doing it for a long time. So why stop now? But yeah, just sit here chilling, trying to get my mind together because it's morning time. Waiting on my waiting on my partner in crime to go on here and rock out. So she's getting herself together. But yeah, it's crazy. So no, they like you might be the only one here watching. We have maybe a one man show, a one lady show, one lady in the audience. But hey, all it takes is one. We got three people watching, four people watching now. So we got some people coming into the house. Mr. Wilk, what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Wilk? He's up early in the morning. Early in the morning. Mr. Wilk is in the building. Have you built anything new, Mr. Wilk? You got any new surprises in store? There she is. Oh, okay. So still waiting. All right. Without further ado, we're just gonna do this. Without further ado, say it through what's going on.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on, Hookah. Hold on.
All right.
I don't-
There she go. Mr. What would you bring for breakfast, man? What'd you bring for breakfast? Yeah, we got some in the bushes. Don't be scared. Come out the bushes. Say what's up. Or not. I don't give a fuck. You stay in those bushes if that's where you want to be. Oh, okay. Cool, cool,
Hookah.
cool.
My can you take me off real?
So, yeah. So she's still technical difficulties. Still waiting on her, but that's all right. But yeah, Mr. Will, can you are they still like are they secret squirrel? You know, are they G4 classified, or can you give us a little not say a little something about it, like you know. I still got a project for you too. Honestly, I've been telling you that forever, but I still got a project or two for you as well. Um, on some currents because I think my joint is I need to stop buying all these guns and actually I want to kind of start upgrading some of the ones I got and get rid of Chief I what's going on. So we gotta whatchamacallit. Okay. Are you ready now? Yeah, shit, here we go. She's back.
If you fall, it's gonna have to fall. Y'all gonna have to see all my business. I don't. That's what I'm trying to make sure y'all don't see my business. Hey, Hookah.
Hey,
Hello,
what's going
everybody.
on? What's going on? We got some people in the chat.
Who got in the chat?
We got
Oh,
Mr. Wilt, Melanie the High Priestess, she fires.
hey,
And we got a few people.
hey.
Yeah, we do, man. Yeah, we do, Mr. Wilt. We do. I've been preoccupied.
Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Not again. Anyway, everybody doing good. Everybody doing good. Good to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all getting up early. Some of y'all probably were up like 3-4 hours ago. Oh, we'll do, Mr. Wilt, for sure. For sure. I got one that definitely needs to be blessed and maybe do something funky. hmm I got a few, but I do have a couple of crazy things in store. Um, as far as guns, as far as content, that's me and content. It's from time to time. It's whenever I feel like doing it, So it's like it'd be like that. Oh, she's back. Okay, she's back. Okay,
Sorry, y'all.
there we go. You good now?
I think it might be a little bit too early today because
Oh Lord,
I'm over here with all these problems. Hookah, what you been doing?
nothing. Just been pretty much been chilling. I mean,
Okay.
just laying back, working.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's been going okay.
Oh yeah. Everything's good. Everything's good over here. Everything's
Good.
really good over here. Um, I got to get ready for. I got a TDY coming up next week.
What?
So I'll be doing some things.
TDY or PDY?
TDY.
Really?
hmm
For how long? Oh, don't tell me your business. People might try to
No, a
tell
few
you.
days. Just a few days.
Okay.
hmm
So what night?
Eh,
No. Uh
it's
oh.
nice enough. I mean, it's decent. It's not a. It's no hostile environment. I mean, then again,
Well, that's good.
appreciate it, melanated. So I got the beard game
Hey,
looking strong.
lemonade. Look, I'm trying. I'm gonna try to get in the see the comments in a minute. Who all out there? Hello, everybody.
Got She
Thank you for
Fires,
being
Mr.
up so
Wilk,
early.
Melanated, and I think somebody else.
What time is it with Melanated at? She up real early.
There's like 4:30.
God damn. Hey, hey, she fires. You said Mr. Wilk out there too, huh?
Yep,
Mr. Wilk. Hello, sir.
the mastermind of one of the most impactful firearms
Yes.
in the last year.
What Mr. Wilk got going on? What else he got going on? What else is up his sleeve?
Oh, it's he won't tell us. That's G4 classified, baby.
When the next Mr. Wilk 3000 coming out? Next year, 2024?
I'd ask him.
We need a
That's
new
what Will.
album, Mr. Wilk. Isn't that how
I'd
they do the
ask
rappers?
him.
They tell them that we need a new album.
Hmm. So he's like, she is. Yeah, man. So what's been going on with you, Santee? Shoot, just 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, 6:40 in the morning for you. So,
Damn it.
so
Damn it.
you up, man? We just back here chilling. This I guess like a recap. I had Kim with an idea, honestly.
Uh-huh.
While thinking, we do the early bird. We should do this twice a year.
We should do that way more often than that.
We
Because
can.
you know what I'm saying? We can be like the morning show.
I'm with it. We
The
can make
damn
that happen.
morning show. Because this
We,
is early.
we
What
can
people
do.
going on Saturday morning? Where you think people, nah, where they coming from on Saturday
That.
morning?
That's the. Well, it depends on the age, right? If you're probably younger, if you, well, I shouldn't say that. If you hanging, yeah, it's
Let me
where you
stop.
coming from. If you chilling, it's where you heading to. Because most old folk up early,
Yeah, yeah.
right? They getting their breakfast, and because shit, every day is a weekend. Especially like my parents. My parents are retired,
Uh-huh.
so I'm sure they up doing something
Mm-hmm.
or planning something, right? So, but they they're retired. They work. My uncle's retired as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they up, going to get some breakfast, chilling, loving life because they ain't got to put up with no more bullshit.
You think that, well, yeah, because my granny used to stay up like late and then be up early in the morning. But when I retire, I don't know if I'm gonna be up this early.
I probably will be.
Really?
Hmm.
I'm sleeping till
Because
one
I don't
time.
know. It's just my body will wake me up.
Yeah,
It'll be like, hey,
that's
and be
true.
perfectly fine versus when I got to go to work, I don't want to get out of bed.
That's
It's
true.
weird like that. It be like that sometimes, but I'm looking for people like, man, I don't know if I look for, can't wait to retire. I'd probably work, but it'd be more because I want to, not because I have to.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
A couple
But
days a week, keep me busy.
I don't know why, but I just now thought about She Fire still out there. I just thought about this place because I'm greedy because I'm ready for breakfast. I just thought about this place in Florida.
Uh huh.
I don't remember the name of it,
What part of
but
Florida?
it's Fort Lauderdale or was that Miami?
Oh, that's that
Fort
Fort
it was
Lauderdale, Miami area.
that was yeah Fort Lauderdale. They had these arepas. It was like a corn thing on the outside, and they had shredded chicken, and they had like coleslaw on the milk in the in. Oh, my mouth got watery just thinking about it. This thing was so good. But anyway, what y'all eat for breakfast? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm over here tripping because I'm greedy. I'm
Ain't
so
nothing wrong with
greedy.
that.
I can't
Yeah,
get it. I can't get it together in the morning or the nighttime, can
man, shoot, nothing wrong with getting to eat on. Shit. Um, Trying to think of a spot.
I got some good
Couple of good spots. There
breakfast.
was a spot. Oh, there's a couple of good spots. Like they got this spot. It was called Blue Moon Cafe in Baltimore.
Mm.
Man, they had these Captain Crunch pancakes. They had these no, I mean Captain Crunch French toast. They had these crazy ass pancakes. I mean, they had some, like
Sesame
s'mores
stuff.
joints. They had biscuits.
Yeah.
These biscuits were great. Their eggs. I mean, it was, and you'd catch it. They were open 24 hours for the weekend. They'd be open like Friday. They open on Friday and close Sunday night.
Hmm.
And they're open the entire time.
Just on
It's
the
been a while
weekend?
since I've been there. Oh man, the food be good. You get out of the club, fresh out the club or fresh out the bar, straight over to that joint. Get you some food. or
How
you can
many
get up
problems
early in
they
the
had
morning.
though?
Huh?
How many problems they had coming just opening up for the folks that's in the club, coming from the
None.
club.
None. It was a real because it was a small spot. It wasn't
Really?
a really big ass place,
Mm-hmm.
and people at that point just hungry, so they ain't really had no fights and all that crazy shit going down. It was
Really?
just funny how that was. It's like really had no problems at all. At least when I was there, I can't speak for when I wasn't, but it seemed like they didn't have a lot of problems.
So it wasn't like Waffle House, huh?
They ain't the Waffle House. No.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I don't see man. I think as many of us have, we have seen plenty of fights. We've been front row seats to plenty of fights that threw down
At the Waffle House.
at the Waffle House and
Yeah.
some International House of Pancakes as well.
Really? I
Yeah,
know Denny's, but I don't know. I ain't been at
shit,
the IHOP yet. I mean, I've been to
shit.
IHOP, but I ain't seen no fights there yet. I
Phew.
might need to go to the IHOP.
Man, look, this one down to Virginia Beach we went to.
Get my
Norfolk, Virginia
toxic
Beach.
on. Uh
It
huh.
was back in the day. It was back in the 90s. Boy, we sitting there, we eating. All of a sudden, like two tables in front of us, they start going at it. They start throwing down. It's getting so bad. The police, because they had the, police there or whatever. Police show up. All of a sudden, you saw people covering their mouths and running out of there. They gassed the place. They sprayed it down. They had mace and all
They
that shit.
should.
And I'm sitting there. I'm trying to eat as much of this food as I can. And all of a sudden it gets to me. I'm like, fuck it. So I grab my plate, run outside, and I'm eating my food out there. And then it got to the point
You
where,
was hungry, Uncle.
what I'm saying? Where, the gunplay,
Uh huh.
it's a gun started coming out on the police side and some of the other cats. I was like, oh shit, it's about to
Oh
get
my
real.
goodness.
Fortunately, no triggers were squeezed, which was a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Mind, this is the '90s, so in Virginia in the '90s was a thing to be, seen. It was definitely an event, especially in Richmond. Richmond at the time was only the murder capital of the South, so
Mm.
you could almost bet your ass at that time, especially if a fight broke out, you're gonna hear some shit go off after that, and it did. Many a times I've gone out in Richmond, fights have broken out, and then it led to gunplay.
Uh huh.
And someone got shot, and always it was without fail, and motherfuckers stampeding up out there. It's yeah.
So you never found yourself out there fighting at the IHOP?
No,
No.
mm-mm,
Good. Good.
nope,
Uncle.
nope. I'm there to eat
And get
and
on
get
out of there.
gone. That's it exactly. I'm not trying. I got shit.
Even in your younger days, you wasn't fighting
No,
at the Waffle House,
nope,
IHOP,
nope,
Denny's, none of that.
nope.
Good, Uncle.
I've been in front row seats to that shit, but I never been in the fight. Nah,
Good.
just I
For the
got
record,
things
I
to do.
haven't either. I just people that was around me
Yeah, oh yeah,
tearing it up.
yep.
And,
Now,
and
fortunately for
then
me, the cats I was with didn't have to throw down either because then I'd have no choice. I'd have to at least be on standby just in case. If it's a one-on-one, I'm not jumping in, but if someone else tries to jump in, then I'm gonna jump in. But
hook up nowadays, right?
yeah,
Now back in the day it was kind of different, but but today, say you were out there today
uh huh,
and your friend is crazy
uh huh,
and a hothead and get into it with people. Can't get along with nobody hardly.
uh
And
huh.
they start some shit, I mean some stuff. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna still be there with your friend when they sit over here playing, messing around with people? Or are you gonna what you gonna do?
It's a good question. It's a really good question. Fortunately, I never really had that issue.
Hmm.
Especially now. Um, I would have no choice to try to get. I'd try to get them up out of there. If it's a one-on-one, it is what it is. But if someone jumps in, I'm gonna jump in too and
Hmm.
try to get them up out of there, right? But you better believe that we would never. I would never take them nowhere again. I would never go out again. But fortunately, I don't have to deal with anybody because you see the picture like I post, like me and my brothers, my big brothers.
Hmm.
We're all veterans. Some retired
Hmm.
veterans. We got shit to lose. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of hang with people who got shit to lose. We cool with everybody. We chop it up. Whatever. We go out to our happy hours or whatever. We hang out, have some drink. We cool with everybody because the place we go, we almost like regular. So people, the bartenders know us pretty well, and then some of the other patrons that go in there a lot know us.
Uh-huh.
You know? So we all be chopping it up and laughing because we all realize we got shit to lose. And by the time it gets real hot and heavy, as far as people start packing it, we're gone already. We're already out of there. So it's very rare that I'm out late enough to get in some shit, right?
Okay.
Or be around people who gonna get into some shit. I'm too old for that. I don't feel like dealing with none of that stuff. I didn't have to deal with it too much when I was young, as far as me directly, personally, and I'm damn sure I can do it now.
Yeah.
I'm old, so
So,
older.
Hookah,
So,
I don't know your business, but
no.
I'm just saying, this is just a scenario. Say you're out with somebody that you dating. I don't know, like I say, I don't know your business. But
Right.
say you out with somebody you dating
Uh-huh.
and you've been dating for a while, but they kind of, and they start being, I guess, a Karen or getting in somebody else's business. Then what you gonna do? You gonna
Same
get
here.
up and leave, or you gonna be like,
No, I got to protect the person I'm with,
"Are
regardless.
you serious?"
I got to. I mean,
Even
even,
though this person got
yeah, I'm gonna do everything in my
power.
power to get. I'm gonna get everything in my power. I'm gonna try to exhaust. I'm gonna try to diffuse the situation. That's the first thing I'm gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna snatch that person up out of there. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you doing, right?
Right.
And then that could lead to a discussion of whether or not there's a future, right?
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately for me, I ain't got that problem. So, because I don't want that type of shit. I like peace.
Yeah.
I do, So I try to diffuse it because
Mm-hmm.
I,
Let me say something.
ironically though, I do have a peace is my main girl, but I do lust over violence, if that makes any sense.
I forgot. I forgot you told
You know what I mean?
me. Okay.
Like
Okay.
I won't start it, and I'll do everything in my power to diffuse it, de-escalate it. I'll buy a drink or tell a joke or something. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
you know, mellow it out. We're all here to have a good time,
Yeah.
right? But if it gets too serious, and if like I said, I think I use it like this thing when I do a battle focus training. There's a thing, the battle focus, right? It's the first thing is a deter war. That's the mission of battle focus, to deter it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, try to prevent it from happening at all. So if you got to diffuse it, like I said, whether buying a drink, telling a joke, everything gonna be all right. Dap up, all that stuff. I do everything in my power to diffuse it. Exhaust all resources at all possible to make it a peaceful
Mm-hmm.
transaction. If that fails, then win at all costs.
Oh my goodness! Everything else is just
Right?
survival
Win at all
mode
costs. I
after
mean, if you got no choice but to fight, fortunately for me, it never got to that point. But I know for a fact if it ever gets to that point, it's not going to end well.
that. Mm-hmm.
Whether for them or for me, one of us is going. There is no. I'm not doing it for points. I'm not doing it for content. I'm not doing it to entertain. If we gonna go, we got no choice but to go. I've exhausted everything I could to make sure this doesn't happen. If it's got to happen, one of us is dying and the other is going to jail for life.
Mm-hmm.
That is real shit. So
Yeah,
I
I know.
know that I make sure I do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm either going to jail or I'm going to the grave, and I'm doing everything in my power to prevent that. But if I can't, then that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then violence is going to have to be used. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't understand peace, then you're going to understand war. And I'm not this badass super troop, special forces, SWAT, tactical. I'm not none of that.
Uh-huh.
But what I am is a powder keg. Should you like to fuse, right?
Oh Lord. Okay. Wait, hookah. Hookah. So this past week,
Uh huh.
yeah, it was this past week. I was riding home and this man, he was pointing to the back trying to get me to pull over. I'm in the car with my son and my daughter.
Uh huh.
With me being a woman, right?
Uh huh.
I Was I wasn't thinking. I was about to roll my window down and all this other stuff. I did. Uh, but my thing is, had I been a man, if somebody like, do y'all think about things differently? If somebody is pointing to the back of your car as a man, are you and you are you gonna get out the car and go look? Because like for me, I'm a woman and I'm like I'm scared. I'm like but for me it would be different, right? So if somebody is pointing at the back of your car, being like something is back there, you probably not gonna be thinking about somebody trying to get you, huh?
To a degree. To a degree. Um, I've learned at this point, I'm not stopping for nobody. I'm not.
Okay.
It could be
Is this me?
think, uh-oh. I
Oh,
recommend
okay.
you go to a well lit area,
Mm-hmm.
as populated as possible, before you can pull over for the police. So at least you have witnesses, right? Let
Mm-hmm.
alone somebody that's pointing. Okay, I'll be like, and I will check it. I will get away from that person and then go check it later,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm not going to get out in the car because somebody does it, because there's a good chance they're setting you up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, being armed, I might just get out in the car. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I might feel a little better because I have my firearm on me ready to go in the event shit goes to the way to the left. But the first thing you should do is get away,
Mm-hmm.
retreat. Even if because sometimes you'll have this instinct like, okay, there are some Samaritans out there. There really are. But there are people trying to set you up. I'm very leery of anybody who rolls up on me. I'm very leery.
Yeah.
I'm already like, like, hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, what's going on, man? I'm already reaching for my shit because
Yeah.
I just got this. I want to make sure it might not be anything. It might be real cool, or I'm walking around with my fist balled up, gun on me, blade on me, whatever. And the people around me may not be doing shit. They might even be thinking about me, but it's just
That
that
right
instinct,
there. Yeah, that right there. When do you draw the line and end up being like, wait a minute, you a little bit. I think you might be a little bit. Because
you
that's
might
the
try to
first
get me
what I
because
thought I was. That's what I thought I was going crazy. I was like, this man. I'm thinking like he's not doing anything. He's just driving. But no, it wasn't. I don't think it was. It was that innocent. Well, I know it wasn't that innocent that he's just driving and going on about his business. But then I started thinking, if I was a man, would he have done me like that? And would a man have gotten out the car? Because because my son he just started driving. But I'm
mm-mm.
like, I still wouldn't want him to be in that situation. So,
Mm.
would a
I mean,
man
you
get
still
out?
got to, yeah, you still got to be, I don't care, man or woman. Now, the likelihood that, and men have got too. Let's be clear. Men have got.
Uh,
Grown men have got. Because the thing is about someone who you got to think like a crook. They're not thinking about your gender. They're thinking about their objective.
oh yeah, you right about that.
So, you know what I mean? So,
Not the agenda. You right about that. What they
right.
want?
So their objective is to steal your car. They don't give a fuck who in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have
Right.
seen some successful robberies where because what they'll do sometimes, especially with guys that got like the Chargers, the
Mm.
SRTs, and those cars are really popular because the engine, so cats will steal them, strip them down. What they'll do is they'll bump your car,
Oh,
right? Little
mm.
rear end tap, which will make you instant to stop, pull over, or
And be
stop,
ready to
pull
fight.
forward to look at the damages, and then
Oh
they got
no
in the
no
car
no
and
no.
get you. I've always had this. It was funny. I had to dream about this one. It was crazy as shit. That the same thing happened with me and my boy. We was in his Charger. We got bumped. The first thing I did is I grabbed, and I had very large gun. I grabbed my gun and got out the car immediately. It was in the low ready, and those dudes, I guess, once they saw the gun, they immediately bounced.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fuck, because but it was a dream. It didn't really happen, right?
Oh, Shane.
But yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no. So that's the thing. Is like it. I wouldn't stop right away. It's you got to practice that
Mm-hmm.
because it's instinct to do so, right? So you got to go against your own instincts of like reflexes, let's say, to stop or to pull over, to check out, to assess. Now you got to fight that. You got to fight your own reaction. You got to fight your own instinct in that
Mm-hmm.
case, because now that's a way of trying to get you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't get out the car at all. Now, and they're going to follow. And even if you got somebody following you, I never go straight to my destination. If I know I'm being followed, because I've been followed a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
I never go to my destination. I ride all the way around. I'll keep riding. I'll keep riding until I got no more gas. I'll just ride, you know. And that's what I've done, just ride. I never thought once to maybe drive to the police station
Mm-hmm.
and ride around that parking lot around cops and see if they do the same thing. But I just ride around. Eventually, they get tired. Like, okay, this dude is. They maybe start thinking like, okay, this dude knows we're following them, so let's stop. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I've had that. I've been followed on foot. I've been followed in a vehicle, and I just play with it. You know.
That's the most scary stuff. Okay,
Yeah, it
so
is. It's because people don't care. People got
I
objectives.
don't
They don't
know.
give a shit about your gender.
Yeah,
They really
they
don't. Now,
don't.
like I said, it's less likely that women are more likely to get victimized than men, but men aren't free from victimization.
Well, this is what. Okay, so you heard about the lady in Alabama, right?
Uh-uh.
It was like it's recent. It was like it was a kid. They say that she saw a kid on the side of the road and she pulled over. I don't know if it's true or not. All I know is they've been on the news saying that she pulled over because she saw a kid on the side of the road.
Oh
Now they
wow.
can't find her. You didn't hear
Oh
about that?
shit. Uh-uh.
They looking for her. I hope they find her alive though. But I was like, if this is the case, these
Mm-hmm.
people use the kid to lure this woman in. Like nowadays, you don't know what you like. You can't help nobody. You
Nope.
cannot help like an 80-year-old stuck on the side of the road or
Nope.
somebody coming up to your door at night. You know, just like what's it? The new stuff. This stuff is coming out right now. Hookah with the uh Staten Island, Long Island. The man has been killing up people, killing up the women.
Damn.
One of the women went running to different houses. They didn't let her in. They ended up finding her somewhere in the lake somewhere or something like that. Did y'all hear
Yeah.
about that? Let us know. I don't know who all out there. Let us
I've
know if
heard
y'all
about
heard about that. You ever heard about that either?
that. Uh-uh. But
But you never
it's
know.
not a new scenario. You know, there are
They've been doing
dudes
that
that
for a long time.
they've been doing shit like that for a long time. And to the point where the victim runs for help, and people are apprehensive about letting them in, and rightfully so. But it's hard to be a Samaritan.
Would you let
Forever
them in?
hard to be a
If
Samaritan.
4 o'clock in the morning, a woman beating at your door, beating on your door, she look like she need help. Are you gonna what you doing?
I'm going to. That's a good one. I might help, but you better believe I'm be prepared to harm too. If shit go to the left, because she may be in distress, because distress is a mug. I mean, people in distress, your instincts of being a Samaritan kick in because you want to help,
Mm-hmm. You
right?
want to help.
And sometimes they'll use that as a setup, and this person may actually be in, and you kind of maybe tell that they bullshit or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look in their eyes, you can see the distress. Maybe. Because some people might be really good Academy Award winners. And,
Exactly.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I would say I would probably help, but I have to be prepared to harm. So don't think for a second that I'm just going to go out there and, hey, is everything okay? No, I'm like, hey, is everything all right? While I'm looking around, is everything
Uh-huh.
good? You know, I'm going to have that barrel waving. It's going to be flagging somebody who thinks about running up.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, shit. Well, you know what? Wrong house. My bad.
Why?
You know.
You thought you shot something, Puka?
Mhm. Oh,
I'm like,
no.
oh hell, Puka done got him and they ain't even in front of you yet.
Right. Look, I was just
Get
yeah, I
in
shot
there.
something out my finger. My finger low, you know. But yeah, it's my
Yeah.
phone. So
Oh.
but yeah, it's kind of those things. But I guess it's one of those you could kind of maybe think you're gonna do that. You want to hope you might want to be ready for something like that. But 9 times out of 10, people aren't really ready for nothing like that.
Right.
Because you can prepare for shit all day long. You know, but what are you gonna do? You may be frozen and paralyzed with fear yourself. You might so certain things you gotta it's kind of tough if you're not in that situation. I think about we talked about when those cops killed George Floyd, when that cop had his knee on George Floyd's neck,
Mhm.
the cop was talking to we was like we would like to think if we were there that we would get that cop off of him. We would like to
Right.
think that we would just risk it all,
Yeah.
imprisonment, death ourselves to save this man. We would like to think that we would had that heart to do that instead of being
Mhm.
paralyzed. Like that young lady who videotaped it, that took courage to do that. She
Mhm.
literally put her life on the line
Yeah, 'cause they can be
doing it,
intimidating.
right? So I
Girl
was
like
like,
that.
so it's like if there were grown men around, would we sit there and wit and watch this and not try to do something, even if we know our own lives could be at risk? I would like
Yeah.
to think that I would have tried to get that cop off of him,
Yeah.
even if it cost me. I would like to think that I would have that kind of heart, but it's hard out here. You just don't know. You just don't know. It's a nasty, chaotic world. It's always been like that. And I like chaos. I
Mhm.
love it. Um, because it's maybe we probably need a fresh do over. We probably this world needs a do over. And the
I
only way
hope
we're
so.
going
I
to get it
mean,
is if we destroy it, or if it
I don't know
destroys
if we can
us.
say. I don't know if we can say the C word anymore. I mean, still can't say the C word. But I thought when that happened, we were good to go. But apparently not.
No.
Eric, tell everybody hit the like button, y'all. All of y'all in here, hit the like button, please. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Hit the like
Look,
button. We got
that,
10 folks, few of us in the chat, few of
hey,
us
good
listening.
morning, y'all. 10 folks. Good morning. Thank you for being
Yes.
here.
Thank you for
But
being here.
look, hookah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and let me know if I'm asking too much because this is what I've been thinking about because I know I was going to talk to you. So, you just like why you said you go to happy hour with your brothers and stuff like that,
Right, right.
but you probably don't want to answer this. But I'm just going to ask. And everybody in the chat, if y'all carry or whatever. So, if you are, it's two parts to this question.
Good.
Do you carry all the time? And number two, do you pay attention to those 50% rule signs?
The what was the last second part again?
The 51% signs. Do you pay attention to that? Or do
The
you just be
54
like,
the 51% sign?
yeah, like I don't know, maybe that y'all don't have it there. Like we can't go into places that sell, you know, like 51% of their business is alcohol and stuff like that. Do y'all have that out there?
We just passed the law um that restricts some of that carrying into places like that.
Really? Just now? Just
Yeah,
recently?
I mean, we can go in there, you just couldn't consume,
Hmm.
right? You couldn't consume alcohol, but you can carry. As long as you don't consume alcohol,
Hmm.
you're fine. People still, but it wasn't enforced. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But you paid. It would be enforced if you were in a situation where you had to use your shit. You could get in some trouble, even if you were the one to being defensive.
Mm-hmm.
You could kind of still get. You'd need your lawyer to make sure you were good to go, right?
Yeah.
Now, I virtually carry everywhere. I
Huh?
virtually carry everywhere. Yeah,
You carry everywhere.
virtually. Sometimes I'll just have my blade and I leave my gun in the car, depending on where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's a risk. Totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not to the point where I'm so annoyed to where I got to have it on me every minute of the day. You know what I mean? I'll have it
Yeah.
around me. But I mean, I don't necessarily have it on me all the time. Sometimes I do though. Sometimes, most of the time I do have, but there'll be times where I just only have my blade on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I go in early because you don't get checked. You know what I mean? So
I don't know because I sometimes like certain places that I go. I mean, a lot of places that I go, I know I can't, and I be feeling like, dang, I be thinking about all the crazy stuff. Like, what if this happened? What if that happened? This, that, and other. Um,
shit could happen if you got your shit on you.
yeah, and then I know, like I just asked you about the lady at the door.
Uh-huh.
I know that I know how I am, and I'm gonna be like, let me go help her out. You know what I'm saying? Or um, if I see a little 4-year-old on the side of the road, I'm stopping, right? But um, what I'm trying to say. But do you actually need? I mean, well, you don't need it everywhere because you can go somewhere and then everything be fine. And you go back home, so you don't need it everywhere. But you need it everywhere. Does that make any
Right,
sense?
right. Just
Some
it's
people,
more guns are more of an equalizer. They're more of a safety precaution for sure. You know, and mind you, when I'm at home, I just got several around me. I sleep at times. I've slept with as many as 5 or 6 guns. Slept with them under the pillow, on the bed, around where I'm at. Even if I'm taking a nap on the couch, I got guns everywhere,
yeah.
ready to go. All of them loaded, chambered, the whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I live in a nice neighborhood, really nice neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
I live in a neighborhood where you can leave your doors open in your car, have your wallet sitting on the seat, and it wouldn't be touched.
No, Hooper.
That's how nice that. Not that I do it deliberately. I've done it one time by accident, and I woke up, my wallet was still there, my vehicle was still there, and it was
That was a
unlocked.
good night, huh? Look,
I
don't get all
forgot.
that
Maybe I got a little too. I had a little too much liquor in me and stuff like that. I'm like, oh shit! I let my
uh-huh.
joint, the door open, and door unlocked, and my wallet right there. I could easily gotten got.
Uh-huh.
And there's knuckleheads everywhere. And funny thing is, like maybe like a mile up the street where I used to live, my bike was stolen. So
Mm.
it all depends, because it may not necessarily be people in the neighborhoods, people that don't live there, are the people I worry more about.
Yeah.
And I pay attention. I mean, most of the time I'm looking to see how many cars outside. If I go inside and I see 3 cars, and I come outside and I see 4, who does that 4th car belong to? I've never
Yeah.
seen that car before. And anybody who drives to the neighborhood, I'm looking at license plates, I'm looking at makes, I'm looking at people in the car if I can see them. I'm
Mm.
making sure that I know details. Any event should go off,
Yeah. This
I
man.
kind
Every
of,
time I get on here, he want to start moving around. Hold up.
but yeah, y'all, it's crazy out here. Oh, let's see. Let's give some shout outs. Mr. Wilk, once again, Truth to Slight TV, Truth to Sites TV. Sorry
Moving
about that,
through the
man.
sites. Mr. Wilk know
I said
him.
Through the Sites. I said
he,
Truth to
out,
Sites.
he out there with y'all at. Hello, sir.
Through the Sites. Krabby Turtle. She
Yeah.
fires melanated.
Hey.
We got some people over here rocking with us early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Early in the
Early in the
morning.
morning.
Early in, I, you know me, you know how it is. I ain't never been the type of person that need to have 100 people watch me. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Some people don't mean shit because I've been in live places. I spoke on stages, on platforms, and talked to people live. You
Mm-hmm.
got 10, 15 people listen to you live. That I'm not even talking about cyber. I'm talking about in your face at a spot.
Shoot.
It's not that difficult to engage in conversation with a panel, right?
Hell, I'll
Um,
be satisfied with 2 or 3 because that's 2 or 3 people. That's not me. As long as I have somebody else to talk to. Now, if I'm on here and it's got zero, if I go
you're
and it's
right.
on zero, yeah, we got a
That can be tough.
problem. We got a
That can be
problem
tough.
here.
If you got a subject, as long as you got I could do it as long as I got a strong subject matter to discuss. If I'm freestyling, I'm with you. I need at least a couple people, you know, and one to talk to. Because
Yeah,
oftentimes I do a lot of freestyling when I do this. It's like, okay, off the
yeah.
top of the dome, we don't have a true subject matter. I used to when I first started early, and I'm not even talking about doing the plague. I'm talking about when I was doing lives on other platforms
Mm,
years ago. And that's why I said I'll pat myself in the back. I'm gonna do this. I probably, if not the first, probably one of the first people to ever do live regarding firearms.
man.
Period. Period. Nobody was doing this shit. At least I didn't see anybody. And I used to look everywhere. Nobody was doing this shit before.
Mm-hmm.
It really blew up during the pandemic because people were home.
Yeah.
Right? I was already home. I was already in the house. I wasn't outside. I was outside, but a lot of time I was in the house. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Chilling. So it was easy for me, and that's how gun and hookah came about. Because first it was like I would show the gun. This is the gun, and this is the hookah. And smoke my hookah, and then start talking about subject matters. And a lot of times it was about race relations. It was about police brutality. It was about firearms. It was about
Mm-hmm.
just stuff like that. And then I started having people come on with me, and we would talk about guns and subject matters.
Yeah.
And that's how it grew for me. And then Jay the shooter, he's like, hey, why don't you go on YouTube? Because he used to watch my stuff a lot. Me and Jake, like I said, we go back. We were in the military together. We known each other for years.
Uh-huh.
So He was like, man, you should go on YouTube, man. I think you would do great. You got really good subjects, man. You got knowledge of this stuff.
So what were
And
you doing? Where were you doing lives at? On Instagram,
Facebook primarily.
Facebook? Okay.
And I did some on the gram
Mm-hmm.
a little later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And the
Now you're
funny thing
doing
is,
on
my
YouTube.
first YouTube gun video was back in like 2011, 2012. And it wasn't gun a hookah.
What was it?
Shit. It was my
What?
regular government.
Huh?
It was me shooting my 500 Magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2011, 2012. Mm-hmm.
Hookah. I know this is a
Mm-hmm.
silly question to ask people who are really into guns, but can you have too many? Like after you get maybe like I give you five. After you get five, then you starting to have a problem, huh? Right?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask
That's
that
wrong.
question.
This is the wrong audience to ask because people ask me that they be saying that, I never thought about it before as much as I thought about it like maybe around February this year, and I'm
Right.
like maybe maybe I do have too many because I can't take them all with me. You know what I'm
This
saying? You might like this one. It's like I don't know. I was about to say like a woman or I guess like a man too. It's like you like that one for that reason. You like that one for that reason. But which one is gonna be your main one? You know what I'm saying?
well, I'll go with. I don't think you have too many guns.
You don't think you can
Um,
have too many guns?
I don't think you can. Even though I'm downsizing, I talked about it earlier before you came on. I'm
Uh-huh.
downsizing. I just sold
Really?
my 50 BMG is gone. I sold it. Um,
Really?
oh yeah, it's gone, gone.
I
And
don't know how many questions I can ask about that now.
oh, you can ask. I mean, I was talking to somebody at work, and I was talking, yeah, I'm looking at selling my 50, blah blah blah. I was just doing gun talk, and he's like,
Mhm.
oh really?
They
How
know
much
about
you asking
guns
for it?
because
Yeah.
that's a powerful thing to be given to like a first time shooter. You be like, here you
Well,
go.
right. Well, he wasn't the first time shooter.
Oh, okay.
He's experienced. He's been doing it for a while,
Nice.
and that was one of his dream guns, because he's
Ooh.
got plenty of guns, but and he reloads, he does all that stuff. So,
Did you cry Hooker when you gave it away?
huh?
Yeah,
No,
55.
dude,
We'll say
the
55.
money, yeah,
Yeah,
55, 55. Yeah, there you go, Mister Wilk. Oof, 55.
55. Nah, see, I ain't up there yet. I ain't
I'm,
that
I'm
bad then.
I'm past that,
Oh, Lord.
and I'm trying to downsize. I'm past that. Oh, way past that. Oh,
Ooh.
absolutely. Oh yeah.
No, sir.
I
And
just do that.
Hooker.
I'll say this: as many guns as I have, for me, I can't speak for a lot of people. If I was really serious about content and I just talked about the gun, just did a video or a short, just talking about every gun I had,
Mhm.
even with duplicates, I'd have 2 years worth of content.
Good Lord.
If I put out a video a week, I'd have 2 years of content.
Good Lord.
Mhm.
I don't know if you
Just
know
talking about, not shooting it, just talking about the gun. Just, hey, these guns are blah, 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 blah.
and what you like about them and stuff.
That's it. Not even that. Oh, yeah, okay, oh, they're cool. I paid what, or we need to maybe talk about the price of them, or talk a little bit about the history of the gun.
Mhm.
That's 2 years, and I put out a video a week just on that alone, and that's just the gun part. Forget the hookah part.
Good night, Hooker.
I could have another year and a half of that, just talking about, not even smoking the hookah, just talking about it.
Mm. Hooker, you like the history of stuff, right? Like the
I
history
like,
of
I like the
guns.
history of
Okay.
it. I like the parts, the working parts of it. I like the uniqueness of it. I like the art. I like the art
So
of
you
the gun.
consider yourself a collector? Like, 'cause
Oh,
you
I'm a
got a lot of
collector.
stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely a collector. I classify a collector as having variety.
Yeah.
Everything from curio and relics, everything from single shot, every a lot of different calibers, a lot of different sizes, a lot of different types of firearms, a lot of different actions. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider your collection if you have 25 guns and 22 of them are ARs. I don't. I just
No
don't. You're not a
comment.
collector,
No
right?
comment. Folks
Right.
be coming after me.
That's
Or
just me. I'm
you
not.
come.
That's just not me. I mean, I believe, and any collector would tell you that.
Uh-huh.
I know some cats that got stuff that belong in a museum, like in a plexiglass Gun is
Mm-hmm.
worth thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. Some guys got guns that are worth a couple hundred thousand,
Mm-hmm.
and they use them for like hunting, or they don't use them again, or they got those that were passed down to them from generations. Maybe their
Yeah.
grandfather had a bring back from a war, and it's in their collection.
See, I want one of those, but my family, when my uncles and my granddad now when they passed away, they got the things. I ain't no telling where them guns is. They got all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But I want one like that. I want one like give me the one that Wyatt Earp used to shoot with. I
If
want
you
to
can
shoot
find
with.
it.
I want to shoot it. What was it? I don't even know what it was. I was looking at something the other day. It had Wyatt Earp's gun. What's that man? Not Bonnie and Clyde. It was somebody, Jesse James. They had his
Okay.
gun. They was collecting them. I don't know how much it was, but I'm like,
Hmm.
they was really killing folks back there with these things.
Oh yeah.
They
Hey,
wasn't just hurting them, they was knocking them out.
oh, they would. And the funny thing is, the Wild Wild West wasn't as wild as we like to think it was, but
Really?
yeah, it wasn't
How,
as
Hooker?
it
Tell us
wasn't
about it. How you figure that, Hooker?
it wasn't. I mean, because I learned this not too long ago that a lot of these towns, if you weren't from that town, you had to turn your gun into the sheriff before you go into that town.
Really?
Hmm. It wasn't like you could be willy nilly. You had to turn them shits in before you went to anywhere, and then when you left, you
To
got to
certain
collect them.
places or to
Certain
all the
towns,
places? Yeah.
yeah, that you couldn't just willy nilly roll up in there. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's who was it? I think it was John Dillinger. I think that's his name. I think Dillinger. Yeah, I think it was John Dillinger.
Mm-hmm.
He had a full auto Colt,
A full auto.
a full auto Colt 1911, tailor made, had like the foregrip on it. Pretty badass
Full
gun,
auto
right?
been back then since back then.
Full auto's been
You got a
around
picture of
since.
it? Let's show us a picture. Hooker.
All right, let me get you a picture of the Dillinger 1911. Full auto's been around. Obviously, it's been around before 1934, right?
1934.
It's been around before then. That's where the NFA 1934 came from. Because back then you could have them joints. That's one thing, you could actually have those guns mailed to your house. You could order them from a catalog, and certain guns, not like this thing, but the reason that they did the 19 because a lot of these guns were used in the commission of crimes during the Prohibition. So yeah, full auto's been around since forever. The
Nice.
first full auto that I know of was late 1800s.
Really?
The first machine gun was the Maxim, I think it was.
See,
I think that was the first
you
machine
teaching me
gun.
something I never knew.
I
I
think
thought
that was.
that was something that was like recent, like 60s, 70s.
Oh no! It's been around since late 1800s. First machine, I think it was the Maxim. I think it was 1890 something. And then they even
Mm,
had the Gatling gun. They put a motor on the Gatling gun. 1880 something. They put a motor on it to get it like to get rate of fire of 3,000 rounds a minute. So even back then, the minigun, there was actually a minigun before the minigun. Except this minigun in particular case weighed about 310 pounds.
mm,
And it didn't have like the belt fed. It was just a giant mag, you know.
mm.
And they put a motor on it. Or it had like the infinite mag, or it had like the drum on top. Um,
Good, nice. I
so
know
let me.
Mr. Wilkins in here, but I'm like, what would be? I mean, they done pretty much almost everything with them. What in the world? What is the future of a firearm? Like for real? Like what would it be? Like something that you think like you have something and you like on what you call it? They do it through the optics or whatever. You see something and they shoot it. Wouldn't that be crazy? How
Uh,
would you? I don't know how you do it. I mean, that's what we get into, right? Because
Smart
everything
guns.
else been pretty much done. Mr. Wilkins coming out with that.
I mean, they got smart guns. They got stuff that's coming out.
Smart
Guns don't
gun. What
argue. What's
you
up?
mean?
I mean, they got some stuff out here.
What's a
It's
smart
very,
gun, hookah?
huh? You ever heard the smart gun where
Auto
you
aim.
actually where you could what you call it, where you what is it, what you call, what am I thinking, you
I never heard of that.
damn, where you actually like your if you can't, no one else can use it but you because your BIOS.
No.
You never heard of
Oh,
that?
wait a minute. I don't know. Wait a minute. A smart gun nobody else can use but you.
Yeah,
How would it know? How would it know it's you? Hey,
your
guns
BIOS,
don't argue. Huh?
your BIOS, um, like
Meaning
your
what?
fingerprints, because everybody's got their own fingerprints. You know, it could be that. You know, even if somebody were to cut your hand off, they couldn't use it.
Oh my.
It's just weird. It's your It's based off your BIOS, I think. And yeah, Mr. Will said auto aim,
Auto aim.
bionic. There
Bionic
we go,
eye.
bionic through the site. Yeah, it's like
Bionic.
you got these certain type
Yeah.
of guns. Yeah, they're really getting. I mean, they're changing how it is. And then then of course we talk all like the laser beams and shit. Like, you know, some of that stuff we probably never see in our lifetime. But uh,
I need a smart gun. You got a smart gun?
no, all my guns are dumb as shit,
You
and
got some
I
Android.
like them that way.
Well, I don't know if you have iPhone. You got some Android gun.
And I like my guns dumb. I don't want them smart.
Oh my. Really? You wouldn't want a smart
Well,
gun? Why not? Why wouldn't you
no.
want a smart gun?
If they're anything like smartphones, they're gonna suck. So
They're gonna be all your
I
business, huh?
yeah, they're not gonna be good. And somebody try to find a way to break it. Dreadnought Tactical, what's up? Yeah, they'll find a way to break it. You know, they'll
It
find
is.
a way. Let me see if I can show you the Dillinger, the John Dillinger. Let me see what we got here. I got a picture of
The
it. Let
one
me.
that was the one that was the which one? You talking about the one that was full? I don't the one that you were talking about?
Yeah, I'm about to show that to you right now.
Let's see. Hello, Dreadnought. Let's see.
There it is. That's the Dillinger, 1911,
I'm trying to
full
see
auto.
it. It's cute.
Mr. Will,
Oh,
could you
look at
build
you,
something like
little
that? I know,
thing.
Mr. Will. Yeah,
So
they
what
used
year
that.
was this?
This
What was,
was early 1900s.
are you for real?
Yeah.
That is cute. That's cute.
hmm
That's nice. I wonder
John Dillinger.
how many they hold right there.
If it's single stack, probably 10, 12, 14, maybe,
Really?
plus one. 1911, 45 single stack. About
That's
that. About
nice. I
14
like
plus one.
it. You like how it look, Hookah?
It's cool as shit. Hell yeah. I couldn't have one, unfortunately, but
Why?
because we can't build nothing like that. It'll be post 1980. Now, that one we could get, but you know how much that one would cost if you actually got your hands on it?
How much?
That gun right there, that gun, that particular John Dillinger gun right there is probably worth several $100,000.
I, it's, I would imagine.
They got the Beretta 93F. That's probably as close as you can get to owning a full auto a machine pistol of that caliber, 9 millimeter, and it's actually it's a pre-dealer sample. So you still have to be an SOT to own it, even though you can keep it after you give it your license. You still got to be a dealer to be able to purchase that gun's going for $100,000. So that
Mm,
John Dillinger 1911, that particular one, transferable, shit, get your money up.
so where is that? Where
That's a
we can go
house.
see it? They need
That's
to
a
let
good
us.
question. But if you get your SOT, or you know somebody with SOT, and you know a great gunsmith like a Mr. Wilk, he could probably
Okay.
build that shit. But it would be for the SOT
Mm,
that he's under. You know, like that would be something like he and Jay would do, and it'd be perfectly
ain't
fine.
no telling what they think, man. Ain't
Yeah,
no telling.
there's some
What?
very, very crazy minds, man. They got some really very artistic minds. That's the art, man. It's the art of the gun. It's
Yeah.
about how far you could push it. And so
Mm,
there may not be any practicality to it at all. But who cares? Like you said, after you're 5, and I'll shout out to Life with OB because I heard him say it. After 5, who cares about practicality? I always say get 3. 3 guns, get you a long gun, handgun, shotgun, ammo, keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
After that, and maybe you get you another handgun, maybe another long gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, go for what you know.
But just, yeah,
Go for what you know.
if
I
you
mean,
like it, you just like it, huh?
that's it. Because I got quite a few guns that ain't no way in the world. If I got to use those in a fight, oh, it got real bad.
Mm.
I got no choice. I ran out of ammo for everything else if that's what's left.
Like you gotta be really going nuts if you gonna have to sit up here and use all those. Like you go get your handgun, then you go get your shotgun. You in bed, you in trouble. If you gotta go pick up all that to use,
Exactly.
you in a war zone.
Especially when you know all it really takes is one. Because I know a lot of people out here preparing for a team of 10 people to roll up to their house
Mm-hmm.
and do some shit. Right?
If they in
I'm
the
a defunct the
lifestyle,
fuck out of that. I'm a defunk it. Do what you
uh-huh.
do. Get prepared because you just never know. Right?
Okay.
But the likelihood that you're going to have a team of 10 people, sophisticated. I'm not just talking about random dudes that just sophisticated team of 10 come to inflict damage on you, your property, and your family. Number one, most of us are not that important. I'm going to be that fucking real with you. Most of us are
Mm-hmm.
not that important because to have a sophisticated team of anybody, armed, trained, equipped, that costs money.
Mm-hmm.
You honestly think they're going to spend thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on personnel, equipment, ammo, firearms, training? Just come over your house and steal a couple of TVs? Fuck
Wait.
no.
Hookah. What
Huh?
about the boy who he just now had that trial, and some girl he was talking to, she went to go tell her brother and friends, and he come over there with 4 other guys and start fighting him and his brother. He goes and grabs his Daniel defense. He lets off 39 shots, and I think 1 or 2 of those 39 actually hit the people. One of them, he off one of them, and the other one, I think, he grazed them or something. He was shooting a whole bunch. He needed all of that. He needed all of that and then some. And then he had a drum on it. He had a drum on it. He can't shoot worth shit. He can't shoot.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Well, let me shut up. He
I'm
got
not
one of
saying
them.
I'm not
There
saying
was
that you
4
just
of them.
buy a gun and not know how to shoot the thing.
But he needed it. See, he wasn't asking for that. He needed all of that and plus some.
Truth be told, he probably did. If
He
he'd have got all it takes is one. If
he
because
could have
which
got all
guy did
4
he
of them
actually
though.
shoot at the end? If he would have shot one of the first ones to come up in there, them motherfuckers are getting the hell out of there because they ain't trying to be the next one.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to shoot. Nobody wants to get shot. I guarantee it.
I damn sure.
If I had 4 people roll to my house right now, and if I talk to this other guy who's been in situations like that, hell, even though a woman who's been in situations like that didn't have a squeeze the trigger, but the fact that she had her shit ready to go and rack that motherfucker, them jokers ain't stick around. Let's be real. If
Hookah.
4 people come to my house and they roll up in here, number one, the more people you have, the more of a bottleneck you're gonna have because you only got a couple places you go. Unless you're jumping through
Mm-hmm.
windows and shit like that, you're trying to go to the front door or the back door.
Yeah.
Most people aren't thinking, let's go ahead and surround the perimeter, set up a perimeter to fucking rob somebody. They're coming through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
In a straight line, huh? Like they the
yeah,
Santee.
more likely going to be a straight line bottleneck. They're going to come through. If that first person's brains gets blown the fuck out and that shit lands on the second person, they're not sticking around to be
Mm.
number 2. They're
What?
not going to do it. They're going to be like, oh shit, let's get the fuck out of here and let's go ahead and
I forgot who I was
reassess.
talking to. Melanated. I forgot who I was talking to. You didn't say the brain go and hit the person in the back. Lord, I forgot who I was talking to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you Black Guns and Guards. What's up? Guns are arguing. You. People aren't gonna stick around. I don't care how sophisticated they think they are. If you're a pretty
Mm.
decent shot, you're not gonna need all 30 of those rounds. You're not. And I tell people like this: get a 12 gauge. Even though, yeah, I'm not gonna say don't get ARs because I got ARs. I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge fan of ARs, but I
Mhm.
got them because they're easy to shoot. They're practical. I know this. I know that platform. I've been
Mhm.
shooting that platform for over 30 years, so I know that platform, right? But a 12 gauge, I say, because it's very devastating. Oh, shotguns are irrelevant. No, the fuck they're not. Have you seen what a 12 gauge buckshot? Hell, have you seen what birdshot can do at 3 to 7 meters away? Birdshot
Mhm.
at 3 meters, because no one has a 50-yard hallway in their house. No one does.
I need to give me one
If
of
you're in
those.
your room, they're probably going to be maybe 3 meters away. And the spread pattern is not that large at that distance. Especially don't have a shotgun that's got a full choke on it and you shoot birdshot at 1,250 feet per second. Number 7 bird
Mhm.
at 1,250 feet per second, maybe 1,300 feet per second with a full choke.
Mhm.
And you aim just maybe a little bit above center mass or a little bit below it. If they got armor, okay, aim for their nuts or aim for their neck. Motherfuckers are not coming any further.
Right.
They're done. Their day is over. They might not die, but they're damn sure gonna wish they were. Right?
Good night,
That's the real shit. That's reality. Unless you got 100-yard hallway and they're that far away, 12 gun, 12 gauge. You don't, and you also got to factor in collateral damage, right? Yeah, double odd buck is very devastating, but
Mhm.
it goes through drywall very easily. And you better hope that nobody that you love is on the other side of the drywall that it goes through,
Mhm.
right? So you want to factor that in
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
well. And of course, you want to look at whether you're using hollow points or you're using FMJ. That you got to take into consideration, right?
Mhm.
You can use FMJ, but you better have a great angle shot where you can make sure it stops through a stud or something, because
Mhm.
that's going to keep going. Hollow points will break up. So you got to factor that in. You got to factor your angle you shoot. There's so many factors, and then on top of that, you got to make sure you do that within a certain time period, because you're not going to have minutes. You're going to have seconds,
Right.
to figure that out. So I say, fuck it, get a shotgun. Get you
And
a
you
12.
know what you just
Let that
said after I mean, I can't imagine. I don't want to, but after you shoot somebody, they probably gonna still just be sitting there in your house. You
Well, that's when
know,
you call 911.
I'd be scared as hell.
Well, you already got your gun. What you scared
I
of?
know, but I'm just saying, just seeing
I mean,
somebody
I
like
shouldn't say
that
that. I shouldn't
just
say that.
passing away.
I shouldn't say that. You're going to have a whole bunch of adrenaline.
Hmm.
You're going to be like, especially if you actually shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're going to have adrenaline. You're like, fuck. Even if you got shot yourself, oh, $2, what's up? Even if you got shot yourself, you're not going to know, because you're going to be so full of adrenaline. You'll realize it after the adrenaline comes down, like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? And you start assessing yourself. But at that moment, yeah, you're going to be amped up because you just had a traumatic experience.
So you don't think a person gonna be worried about somebody just passing away on the floor?
No, because the whole point is to neutralize the threat. Because that could very well be you passing away on the floor.
Yeah.
So these are things that are going through your head. Now you're going to call 911.
Hmm.
Call your lawyer first if you can get your head right. Then you call 911. Because you're probably going to get arrested. So you got to
Hmm.
prepare for that. And don't say shit. Let your lawyer do the talking. Talk to your lawyer.
Hmm.
Don't talk to those cops. Because they're going to ask you a million times what happened. And if you deviate from your story one time, that could be a fine line between self-defense and manslaughter.
Man.
You got to be. You got the guns just in case. You hope to never have to use them. None of my guns that I bought are for offensive. They're not for the offensive at
Right.
all. My guns are for defense only. The only offensive I go on is when I go to the range and shoot. But I'm not going out there to take on a fucking battalion. You know what I mean? I'm not taking on there's no enemy that I'm looking to fight.
Yeah.
There's no ops. There's none of that. It's for defense only. right?
Yeah.
Their guns are not really your sword. Guns are actually shields. Look at it in that kind of aspect. They're not your sword, they're a shield.
Hmm.
Swords are for offense, shields are for defense. Your guns are defense,
Yeah.
right?
I
So
asked a stupid question. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's a stupid question, but what you just now said is very. It was important. You said just to have one is like a deterrent, right?
it's a
I
turn, yeah.
said something about the other night. I don't know what I think I said something about what's more important, the bullets or the guns or something like that. But
You
that
gotta
was,
have both.
but
You gotta have
yeah.
both.
But my point, the point I wanted to get to was what you were saying. Like, even if you don't have nothing in it, I think the gun is more important than, well, if you in that situation. I don't
Well,
know.
okay.
Maybe I'll take it back. I don't know.
I think the ammo is more important to have because you want to practice with ammo, right? No one really buys a gun unless you're a collector and you have no use for that gun other than just what it is. You're going to buy ammo for it because you want to shoot it. Otherwise, just buy a deactivated firearm or a rubber ducky if you're going to do that.
You think
But
that,
most of the guns you buy, especially for guns you plan on using for defense and protection, have a ton of ammo.
but you to deter somebody easy. You can be
You,
faking all
you
you want
you
to.
could absolutely you could, but then again, you couldn't, right?
Yeah.
Because you may have that one person may hear that racket and ready to go. And I had this mindset many years ago.
Lord,
All
what
I
is
hear
it?
is a racket of slide, no go running for the hills. Not necessarily the case all the time. You may have that one time where you may get lucky and that happens, but that second time you might not be as lucky because either you may have one, even if you have one person, or you may have one person in the team that may be a little hawked up on some drugs, or just simply just does not give a fuck and will
Yeah.
test your boundaries. They will test it. I'll give you an example. I don't know if anybody saw this video. This is about going to plague. A strange boyfriend at the girl house, and she's telling him to leave. 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 Please leave. Leave. And he's talking shit. Leave. She backs out of the kitchen into the dark. As soon as she did that, I knew she was about to reach. Pulls out a gun. Has that shit in her hand. Please leave. Goes to the door. Leave. Leave. Telling him, leave. Leave. She's got the gun.
Mhm.
You automatically want to assume that it's loaded. Automatically assume that. But this guy didn't give a fuck. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. And went to advance towards her with aggression. He fucked around and found out. She shot his ass. She said, "Wow!" Shot him right in the midsection. This motherfucker went from being tough guy to being a fucking 3-year-old like that. That hot
Mm.
lead changed your whole perspective of life. So I
Good
would
for
definitely
her.
say have it. Damn, a gun is a deterrent, but definitely have it. A loaded gun is a bigger deterrent because
Mm.
somebody's definitely going to try you. They're going to keep coming because especially if they think you a woman, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do nothing. And she showed him otherwise.
Good for her.
So you want to definitely have ammo. That's where the ammo comes in when the motherfucker push. Because if the gun ain't enough for them to say, okay, this person's got a gun, to say I'm good. Those projectiles coming out that motherfucker will definitely change their mind.
Mm.
It will give them a whole new perspective of life, should they live, right? So, yeah, ammo. I think they're about the same. I think ammo is definitely a little bit more because you need to feed your gun.
I
Slick,
get
what's
it.
up?
Oh, slick back. I don't have my robe, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sir.
Right.
I wish I
So,
had my robe, you know what I'm saying? I would have
so
gave
yeah,
you a little something slick back.
you definitely want ammo, especially for a gun that you plan on using for defense.
Man.
If it's your home protection, you don't want to. If you're carrying concealed or open carry, whatever you do, you're carrying. Are you going to carry an empty gun? You going to have no ammo in your gun when you carry it outside?
Well, I'm thinking about people who are afraid of them
Then don't get
or
it.
not comfortable with them.
Then don't get it.
You don't think so?
No, I said then don't get the gun.
Don't get the gun.
If you're afraid of it, don't get it.
Or
Use
what if they're
use it.
not comfortable?
Either get comfortable or not.
Oh, okay.
I say this all the time. I
Do
love guns.
y'all
I
feel
love
like that
RV
in the
gun.
chat? Ask the people in the chat. Because I feel differently, Hooper.
You feel differently that what?
Yeah. I'm like, get it. Do
Honestly,
something.
if they're that afraid, I say don't get it because they're gonna want to hurt themselves more
That's why
or
they
put
don't have no
themselves in a
bullets in
position.
it.
where their very same gun that they bought will be used on them.
Uh-huh.
So if you got to get comfortable very fast. See,
That
the
is
thing is,
true.
the gun joint, a lot of people treat as a fad, and that's cool. I got a gun. It's like a pair of shoes. Look at me. Guns were trendy during the plague. Guns are trendy. Oh
Uh-huh.
man, look at me. I got my shit. Yeah, man. But if you ain't ready to use the motherfucker if necessary, then what's the point of having it?
But I'm
You walk
talking
around
about
with a
hookah
stupid gun in it.
for people who it's some people that's scared of them, but they still need something. They need some kind of.
Get a
I
slingshot.
mean,
Get a bat.
get a goddamn
Get a
slingshot.
Daisy Red Rider. Get a
So it's
bow.
either you gonna jump, you gonna ride the bike or not. What do you call?
Either yeah,
You
either
gonna
shit or
piss
get
or
off
get out? Yeah,
shit or get off the pot.
yeah, yeah,
At that
yeah.
point, I could get it if you don't want to chamber your shit. If you don't want to carry in condition 0 or condition 1, I could kind of understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But to have nothing at all, not even a mag full,
Yeah.
ah, that's you got to get comfortable, right? You got to learn how to use that thing. As Krabby said, you got to get comfortable with it. The
Yeah.
first thing people should do in situations like that is before they buy a gun, get with somebody who's got a gun, or go to the gun range and rent a gun and learn how to use that gun. Because the first thing you want to get people comfortable with is the click and the bang.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get comfortable with that before they even get into marksmanship and having quarter or penny or dime size groupings at
Mm-hmm.
50 yards. You want them just to understand that once you squeeze that trigger, everything else is beyond your control. So you better control up to the point you squeeze that trigger. You better have control of that gun.
Yeah, and don't be
Everything
shooting
after
with eyes closed.
that is a God's hands. It's how the dude said, it's above me now. It's above me.
Yeah,
Once you squeeze that trigger, that's it.
yeah.
Whatever happens after that, you better hope it's good. Because you have no control. You can't bring the round back. You can. Oh, wait a minute. I do over timeout. There's no pause button.
Mm-hmm.
Once you squeeze that trigger, that's it. So you better get real comfortable real fast. So your best thing to do is to learn the gun first. Get with somebody who you know has guns, because at this point, everybody knows somebody with a gun. At least one. There's enough gun tubers on this thing and Instagram and all that stuff to where you can at least learn about the gun or even reach out to the person and ask a
Mm-hmm.
question, right? I would like to think that a lot of people doing this stuff are pretty approachable, right? So I say, yeah, John Dracos and Glocks aren't the only guns in the world. True that, for sure, right? So you got to get comfortable, because if you buy the gun just for show, you do that after you got your 5.
Mm-hmm.
You do that after you got your 55. Hey, look at me, guys. I've done that quite a few times. Hey, look at me, guys. Look at my 2 pistol. Pew, 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 pew. But that's after I got 100 guns.
Uh-huh.
And after years of shooting. So yeah. But when you're a first timer, you better get comfortable very quickly. You better learn that gun, become one with that gun, especially if that's the gun you plan on using to protect yourself, your family, or property. You got to.
So no baby steps. That's basically no
You
baby
got to. You got to
steps.
roll up in there. You got
Yeah.
to dive in, baby. Dive in. I've seen. I don't know if you saw this one video. His brother, it clearly was his first time shooting, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure he was the type that was talking all kinds of shit in the car on the way to the range.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that motherfucker had that gun in his hand, and he's just shaking like
Yeah.
booty meat. They're like, squeeze the trigger, squeeze. Just like, he is fucking scared, and he's on the side that he controls.
Good.
You
Right.
can't afford to be like that in a situation if somebody's coming into your house. So you got to definitely learn how to use that gun before you get to that point. Don't just buy it and throw it in your dresser, unless that's like your 100th gun and you were already kind of acclimated to shooting, and not even a gun you plan on using for defense.
I gotta think about that one. I gotta think about that one. I
Mm-hmm.
understand, but I don't know. Because I
It's
be
it's
wanting to give
it's.
my mama blind, and I be wanting to give her
She
one of
says she's
mine.
blind. Oh, she's blind. Well, there's a guy who's legally blind.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a gun tuber. He's got some really nice guns too.
Uh, guns and barbecue.
not
That who
Guns
you
N'
talking
Barbecue. This
about?
guy named Masheko.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, he's legally blind. I'm not saying he's completely blind. He's legally blind.
Mhm.
This dude's got some
I have to go check him out.
nice guns. Nice,
Yo, ball, you gonna die, ball.
dude. Beautiful pieces.
Yeah,
Beautiful piece. Oh man, his
I gotta
guns.
check him out.
Yeah, he's got some really beautiful guns.
I want my
And
mama to have one because she be sitting like
yep,
when you go into the store and she's sitting down in the car.
uh-huh.
Like well, she was with me recently. We was in the bad area in the town. I had to go run into the store and I'm like, lock the door.
Hmm.
So she had a hard time locking the door, but she finally found it and she locked it right. Then wait, this ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, my mama, I had to wait till my mama kill me if she see this. My mama blind, she had to lock, she found a way to lock the door. And
Uh-huh.
then when I came back to the car, I'm thinking I wasn't gonna be able to get back in the car because she could not lock the door.
Wow. Wow.
But
Okay.
my mama blind. But anyway, but I was thinking because we was in a bad area of town. I'm like, my mama needs something. She gonna be sitting out there. They gonna get her.
Well,
She needs something. They gonna
is
get
is
her.
she uncomfortable with guns?
Hell no, she ain't gonna shoot nobody though. She not uncomfortable with them. She ain't gonna shoot nobody though.
See, look, because my
That's
mother
what
is
I'm saying.
terrified of
Maybe
guns.
she need one without no bullets because she ain't gonna
Right.
shoot. Go ahead. I'm
My
sorry.
right. No, you good. No, you good. My mom is terrified of guns.
Yeah.
My dad's got a couple of them. My mother's terrified.
Mm. She
Nothing you
got
can do about
mental
it. I'd
range or
say
nothing?
I'd rather you not have it because you may be a detriment to yourself than somebody else, or somebody close to you. So I'd
Oh,
rather you find an alternative. If you got to use a blade or a blunt instrument or a bladed instrument, throw hot grease at them or something.
no, but but if your dad has a lot of guns and
He don't have a lot of
say
guns. He has a couple. He
what
ain't nowhere
if
near
he
me.
if he has one and she knows where it is and somebody go and God forbid try to get him, she needs to be able to go get it and help him
Hey,
out, even if she tossed
you're
the
preaching.
gun to
You're
him.
preaching to the choir. I will. That's one thing I will never do. I will try to encourage people, but I will never. I will highly encourage, but I will never make it mandatory.
Man,
I wouldn't. I just
through the
because.
sight.
But then again, I ain't the safe house either.
So when
I
your
mean,
mama come
that's
through, she just scared when
you
she
just
come to your
stuck.
house.
You. What do I look like protecting somebody with something they don't like?
So your mama come to your house, you have
And
out
well,
you
she's
can
already
talk.
here. That's one thing. I
Yeah,
jokingly say that. My mother, my dad, of course.
your mama and your daddy, if they're in your house,
Yeah.
you telling me that your mama wouldn't pick up any one of those?
No,
Are you
I'm
serious?
dead. Look, I had my mother when she was here. We were talking in my basement, and I'd hang my guns on my wall at the time, like fucking
Mm.
ornaments. And she was scared at the guns on the wall. They don't move. They weren't. They didn't wink at her. They didn't. Nothing. They just were there, and
She
she
said,
was scared shitless.
my
Oh yeah,
goodness.
she is not a fan of guns at all. At all. When I learned how to use guns when I was young, it wasn't with my mother and father. It was my other friends who went hunting and all that stuff.
Mm.
Right? It's
Yeah,
when I
you're
got
right.
became an adult and I got into it when I was in the military. I was really, really. That's when I really got busy.
Uh-huh.
And then when I could afford them,
Good
and I
night.
just got stupid over the last.
What did they say when you first started messing with them? Through the
My
sight,
dad
through
was
trick.
like, "Hey, let me get one of them." My mother was like, "I don't know why you got it. No, not another gun." Yeah, she's not a fan at all. My mother is not a fan of guns at all. Does
Wow.
does not give a shit about the world and its ilk. She is not a gun person.
She's like, look, keep that away from me. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me ask everybody this.
But
Do you think pregnant women should go to the gun range, or do you think pregnant women should go to the gun range? And then I have another question after this.
do I think what now?
Pregnant women, can y'all hear me?
Do you
Because I
think
know this
pregnant?
thing.
Okay.
Pregnant women. Do you think pregnant women should go? I don't know your business, but say your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever is pregnant. Do you want her to go to the gun range and get, do you want her to go and shoot at the gun range?
I mean, her third trimester, probably not. If I had one, right?
Depending on how far along.
Yeah, I guess that could depend on that. And then would I want her indoors? Because you're breathing in all that. It wouldn't be because of the gun part, it'd be because of the gas and all the other shit you're breathing in.
Okay.
Outdoor, definitely outdoor range for sure. If we were to do it, yeah. It all depends how she felt. It all depends how she felt. Y'all strong as shit. Women
Well,
out here
yeah,
fighting battles.
you absolutely right.
They'll go out there and fight a battle, drop the baby in the middle of the battle, and keep going.
Oh Lord, I don't know if we that tough now, Hooker. I don't know if we
There's some
that
tough
tough
ass
now.
ladies out there. They're like, wait a minute, labor,
I ain't
going
one
to
of
labor,
them.
and they get right back to work. I mean,
I ain't one
there's
of
some
them.
cultures where not necessarily fighting, but woman abuse her daily work, go into labor, have the baby, wrap the baby up, clean the baby up, and go right back to doing what she was doing.
I heard a case recently about that. Yeah, I'm not that strong. Now I
Huh?
be screaming, hollering, acting crazy.
How many women do you know?
Zero. That's gonna
But
be me.
anybody in chat, give a thumbs up if you know one woman who actually delivered her own baby.
Delivered her own baby.
Basically, she had a baby, no doctors, not just straight natural birth, at home or out working, whatever she was doing in the field, whatever she's doing on the whatever,
By herself?
by herself,
I don't know about that. My
knocked the
granny
shit
had
out.
all her kids without no doctor, just a midwife. But still, it was other people there.
Yep, I know one person, and
Mhm.
you probably do too. Know one person that had a baby by themselves,
Mary,
huh?
Mother Mary.
Mother Mary. I'll just leave it at that. There are.
Who? Who?
I'll leave it at that.
Who had a pregnant woman had a baby by themselves?
By themselves.
Jesus' mama.
In the show of chats, who knows somebody other than Mother Mary,
I
the Virgin
birthed
Mary?
my baby
There we go.
at
Look at
home.
that. Here we go. Ding,
Oh,
ding, ding, ding,
melanated.
ding. Melanated.
Oh, melanated. On purpose? Oh, melanated. You tough. I already knew you were tough, but God, dog.
There
Ain't
you
no
go.
way.
Told you
I
you knew
couldn't do
somebody.
it. I couldn't
Melanated.
do it. Was that on purpose? Was it on purpose? Did you mean to do that? Whatever affects her, affects me.
Yep. And that we talking about on the range, right?
Yeah,
So if you're on the range, you don't want that exposure as Slick brought up earlier. You don't want that gas and lead because
yeah,
that could affect her. Like, and what Guns Don't Argue said, could probably affect that baby.
yeah.
You know,
Only way
somebody with a lead
I would
baby.
want a pregnant woman to go to the range is, she having problems with the baby dad or it's somebody. So I don't know.
It's
You
strange.
go on out there, yeah, go on out
Yeah,
there and get yourself together.
yeah. It's rough.
Why
I'm
niggas come
telling you,
so
it's a chaotic
goddamn
world, baby. Some people got a
yeah,
huge support group. There's some people out there. If they come up missing, their family coming after who
yeah.
their family looking. They're gonna come. They're gonna scorch the earth. And there's people who are by themselves. They got nobody.
Mm, yeah,
So you gotta
it's crazy.
you gotta yeah.
Speaking of crazy, I know I'm all over the place. Who could you know how we
No,
do? Just tell me to shut up when I need to.
no. This is right here. This time we're doing this early bird. I think
Yeah.
this idea should be you shouldn't be the guest. I think you should be more like either host or co-host. You know what I mean? Because this is just as much your baby as it is mine.
Oh, hookah. Thank you,
You see?
hookah.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So you're good.
you.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
good. So I'm liking this. Shoot, this you got the questions. That's perfect for me. I can
See,
I'm
I'm always
liking it.
running my mouth. Every day I'm running my mouth. People that got to tell me to shut up sometimes.
Oh no,
My
keep
family
going.
will go through hell and high water.
Yeah.
Man,
That's it.
yeah.
There's
A lot
people
of
out
people
there that got
families
family
will,
that's
and then
close
you
to
got to
earth
talk
to
them
find that
down
loved
because
one.
some people just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Going for a lot of crazy ones. I be like, look, just relax. But they
Right.
respect me enough to relax. And I be like, y'all need to sit over here tripping. But anyway, a lady in Texas shot a man attempting to rob her. Way to stay heads up. That's good. Are you talking about the pregnant lady? If you talking about the pregnant lady, let me know if you talking about the pregnant lady. It was a pregnant lady down here. Now I don't know if you talking about the one that was at the gas station. Listen to this, Hookah. The lady, it was a lady at the pregnant lady at the gas station,
Uh-huh.
and she was up there with her husband, boyfriend, whatever he was. She was she ended up shooting. Bill, tell me you got to see that video. Did you see the video? The lady was up there. She was standing up there talking. It was a man in a car. He was standing up on his, how you stand up in the truck or whatever on the little, I don't know, the little
I
thing.
got this. This will do this here, Santee.
Uh huh.
We're gonna Slick. I'm gonna go ahead and put
Melanated.
the whatchamacallit in the chat.
Uh huh.
So anybody want to come through? Slick, come through to tell that story, man. Anybody want to come through? There's the link.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take a long time to tell it. Pimp, come
Like
on
this,
through
instead of him typing it, just tell it.
because I got questions about that situation.
This is pretty cool, man. We shit, like I said, this is our joint, man. Like you bring some good questions, and shout out to you promoting the shit. 'Cause I was fucking just
I
scratching my
got
ass.
you.
And I was like, okay, cool. Santee promoted that shit. So this is not just mine. And if you want to, sometimes we could do it on your platform as well,
No
or we can do
problem.
them on both. We can have them on both.
That we can do that whenever,
You know what I mean?
who could, good with me.
That'll work.
Whenever.
Likewise. We have fun with this. We have fun with this. I like talking. I like engaging. I do. I don't do it as much as I used to because I was
Yeah.
doing way too much, and it was
Yeah,
very
hookah.
exhausting.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing right there. Is like you be wanting to get on there, but it's like you got other stuff. Like right now, we have so much going on. It's not even funny.
right.
Um, we got this boat, right? We got this boat like 2 years ago.
Mm-mm-mm.
And when they said what boat means, something about like paying, that'll be another thousand or something.
Right. Right.
They wasn't lying. Like that thing, you do one thing and then you gotta do something else, and then you gotta do this and you gotta do. It's taking forever. We're not rich. We're not sitting over here just throwing money into that thing. But we gonna get that thing on the water. Hopefully this year. Hopefully,
I'm
hopefully.
looking at boats.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a used boat or a new boat.
Oh, used.
Oh Lord, hookah. Don't get no old like we did. God down.
No. It'll be an old, but it'd be had work done to it.
Yeah,
It'd be like one of. It won't be brand new. And the boat I
they just
want to
want to
get
get our fixed up.
is relatively expensive, but that's why. Hence why I'm trying to offload some of these guns too. So
Yeah. What you
so
gonna do, hookah? You gonna go down to What you gonna do? Where you gonna go when you get your boat?
Patapsco River, the
Who?
harbor in Maryland,
Oh yeah.
the
Let me,
harbor. I'll be
let
out
me
in that
see.
area. They got a joint out here called Nick's, and you can park
Mm,
your boat. There's certain spots, restaurants in Baltimore. You can park your boat up to the dock and
yeah,
park right.
yeah.
I want to get a
There's
jet
that.
boat. That's what I want. I want a boat that does about
Mm,
40 knots. You know,
good night.
I want to rock out. I like those. Like those boats are like Corvettes. Those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting
Oh,
that. I'm getting something else. It's called a jet boat. It's got it's got the big block engines on it.
oh,
I want that. I want
no.
the big block. I can show you a picture, give you an idea what I'm looking at getting.
Let me see,
I was
hookah.
hoping to do it sometime this year, but it'll definitely be sometime next year. Let me see if I can actually find at least give you an example of what I'm trying to
Be
get.
ready for it, hookah. Because them things, you
Oh,
trying to get the
they're going
most
to be
boat
a
out of
beast
fish.
because you got
Yeah.
to store them on. It's
Yeah.
expensive. It's definitely an expensive hobby, but
Hell
I've
yeah.
had one with guns, so I can kind of cut back on the guns and just get buy more ammo,
Mm,
and then buy this boat, and that'll be something to keep me on the water. I like being on the
yeah.
water.
And
I
relax.
like
Yeah.
doing like the ocean type shit, like in that because of everything that lives in it. But
Oh man. See now you scared me because That we trying to get straight up into the ocean. Go down
I
the
mean,
course.
you just gotta, at your risk. There you go. That's right, hookah. That's right,
That
melanated.
melanated, that's gonna be gone in the wind. He talking about getting one that's going 40 miles, 40 knots an hour.
About 40 knots or 40 miles now. I shouldn't say it's about 20 knots, right? Is that what it is? 2 miles per every knot?
I don't know. That's fast. I know that.
Oh, it's fast. It
You
moves.
post the link. He said he
Now I'm
posted the
about to
link.
yeah, I post a link for
Hey,
you post the link. Oh, he said he posted a link.
to that thing. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Slick back. I don't think that man was trying to rob her.
You don't think he was trying to rob her?
Hell, no, I don't think he was trying to rob her. Because the man, it looked like they had an argument. And when
Oh.
that man, he got off of the car, and I think he went up to the girl, the lady, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's when I don't even know if the lady, I think she shot. I don't know. Apparently, she did shoot him, but that just looked weird to me. I don't think that what they said happened actually happened.
Oh.
Bust out another thousand. That's exactly that statement is true because that's how we've been doing is paying for this. Excuse me. We thought we were gonna be able to fix different things
Uh-huh.
ourselves, and we were. But then you get in, you be like, dang, that right there, guy, we gotta do that, we gotta do that, we gotta get this. Like, man, it's so expensive. It's
Oh,
so
wow.
expensive.
Absolutely. I'm certain it's not a cheap hobby.
No, no.
No.
And it's like, we can hold off on that. Let's wait off on that. Then you get that fixed. Oh, then you gotta do this. I
Yeah,
want to be like,
I'm
this
sure
is,
it's not cheap.
yeah. Just don't get one that
Absolutely.
you
I'm
gotta
sure
fix up. You know,
it's gonna cost. It's definitely
yeah,
gonna cost some money.
yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a very interesting time, but I'll show you what I'm trying to get. Let's see. There it is. Let's do this once again. Okay. Boom. Boom. Uh-huh.
Let me shut up. Let me not say nothing crazy.
Like that. That's what I'm looking at getting.
Hell no. What you trying to do?
Speed.
Okay. You definitely trying to speed.
Yeah, something like that. Big block engine. Um, so you got the big blower on there. Yeah, I want that.
Oh, good. I was about to say you can go fishing. What you gonna do on that hooker? Just what you
I'm
gonna?
act
No,
like I'm
don't
the
tell me
shit.
what you gonna do on that hooker. Don't tell
Oh,
me.
you stupid.
Cause what in the world?
Yeah, jet boat. That thing is nasty. I like that.
You gonna ride down the river on that boat hooker? Come
Mm-hmm.
on, there.
Yeah, for hers.
Oh, I want to see them. I need to see on the inside of it. What you
When
want
it
to mess with
happens,
you?
huh?
Huh?
When it does happen, I'm gonna make sure I made a GoPro or something on there so you can
Yeah,
see my face.
let us
See
see
my
all
face
of it too,
floating.
because I only see one area for you to put people at, and it's not in the back. You don't have to put them on the front.
Well, it's still just two front seats and a back seat.
I'm talking about that long platform right there. It's gonna be people laid out up there, huh?
Oh no, no,
No.
no.
Okay.
Think this is
Okay.
Miami?
Hey, that's what
No,
they do. That's what they do on that
that's
boat.
what they do. I ain't doing that. I'm gonna be. I ain't doing that shit.
Man,
No,
See,
you
you
need a
got that
bigger.
expensive taste. I'm over
You
there. I'm countrified. We getting boats to go fishing.
Hey, nothing wrong with
We
that.
get we get fishing boats.
Nothing wrong with that.
Good night, Hooper. That's a nice boat though. That's
Yeah,
a
it is
nice boat.
nice. I'm
Yeah.
not sure guns will argue, but they do have some with some big blocks, man. I don't particularly know what that particular one is, a 572, but it's
5 7. I don't know nothing about that.
that's basically the cubic inch, the size of the block, engine block,
Mm.
which is a very big ass engine. But they use big block engines, 420. They use like 450s, stuff like that.
I wonder how long that one was. What
That one is, I think it was
20?
that particular one. I'm guessing because I've seen something. They're like 13, 14, 16 feet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not too bad. Probably put that
Mm-mm.
in the driveway. Not
Yeah,
my
you got one on a
driveway.
trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on a trailer. It's not like a giant pontoon or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh
which is,
man.
those are fun. Um,
Yeah, those
just
are
it's
fun.
something to to have a little fun on. I don't need no yacht. I don't need nothing like
Yeah,
that. It's too
yeah,
much. I got a friend down in DC that's got a nice boat.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man. It's a man in Miami. He's called the Black Boater.
Uh huh.
That's why. That's what they be doing. They get their friends and they hook up their boats and stuff, and
Right,
they
right.
got that chilling. That's what I want. But they got like yacht type boats and stuff like that too. But
Nice.
all of them be out there chilling. I need to go hang out with them. The people be having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, say food Lonzo.
Food. What's up, man?
Yes,
Say
indeed.
food.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the early bird.
Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah, shit.
No, hold up. Let me ask you. I know we're going back and forth,
Oh
but
no, no, you got
what's the sickest trick? I think I've asked you this before. It depends on what your answer gonna be. What's the sickest trick you've seen with a gun?
the sickest trick I've seen with a gun.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof. The sickest trick. I've seen one back. What was his name? Before Mucolic, there was this one guy. God, what was his name? He had a revolver and he shot and he hit two balloons. Well, look, he shot two balloons at an angle with one round. That's what it looked like, but it was so fast, it was actually two rounds from his
Mm.
draw. I forgot his name. He was before Mucolic. He was definitely I'll see if I can get his name for you. I can't remember his name. I'll even put up the video if I find the video. Um,
So he was a quick draw.
oh shit! Say oh yes.
I'm trying to look at that. I'm trying to see what folks be doing as far as like competitions and stuff like that. I was looking at something on YouTube not too long ago. Like these people was like in a Wild West setting, and this man was just going to town, hitting the steel targets. He was going
Uh
to
huh.
town. It sounded like he was making music. He was going so fast. I'm like, that's crazy.
Got it.
Ain't,
Yeah.
ain't that
Got it. I got the
crazy?
video. I got the yeah.
Them,
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Joe, I was looking at the video.
yeah.
Hold that story. Actually, while I'm bringing it up, go ahead and tell the story again so I can hear it again.
The man was in Wild Wild West shooting fast. That's all.
Yeah,
And I was like, I've never seen that. In real life, I'd probably be scared.
I'm sure.
Let's see.
Let's see. Share audio on box. Let me see. Let me get this joint for you. Hopefully, hopefully. Let me see. Let me see. Can you hear it? Let me see if you can hear it. Hold on. Can you hear it? Hold on. Obviously. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear a little bit.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Can y'all hear
Let
it?
me. Can y'all hear it in chat? Hold on.
Oh, he got his glove on and everything. Wait a minute. He gonna make the bullet curve?
Watch this. You saw it?
Hell no.
He did it with a Derringer, two balloons. Watch. Here we go.
Dang.
He was Bob Mund. That's his name, Bob Munden. He was before. He was before Jerry Mucolic. Bob Munden. That dude, fast,
So you said he did two
fast
bullets.
shot.
Good night.
He did two bullets. He used a Derringer, right? And he
Hmm.
tagged it, but with two bullets, two rounds.
That's a lot of practice.
Yep,
That's a lot of practice. Good night.
years, years.
That's like the.
He's the Jerry Mucolic. He's before Jerry Mucolic. You know who Jerry Mucolic is and his daughter and all that stuff. How
Hmm.
fast they are. That guy
Yeah.
Bob Munden. Before, yeah,
Yeah. Good
that dude
night.
was fast.
That was quick.
Yeah. And there's a
I
couple of
can't
guys
believe
out there that
that
do
was.
quick draws. They have the competitions where they do quick
Mm-hmm.
draw, and you got some guys that draw really fast. I mean, and they have their stance, and yeah, it's something special to see.
Mm.
Yeah,
Look, that takes you to a whole nother thought.
yeah,
Drawing, trying to get it out before somebody else get it out. When you
right.
see it. Look, did you see that video? Look, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say because I gotta get my son up so we can go driving because he gotta
Oh
go
no,
get
you
his
good.
papers in.
You good.
The lady who she had those bottles, she was throwing like look like champagne bottles at them cars. She was hitting the hell out them cars with them bottles. She was going to town. Did y'all see the lady throwing the bottles at the car? Let me
Jeez.
know.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I
anybody
was
who's
like,
seen that,
y'all
anybody
tell
who's
us if
seen
y'all
that,
did, yeah. What you gonna do if this woman, if you see, it don't have to be a, it could be anybody. Throwing freaking bottle like chunking them, like on purpose at the cars. It's
uh,
nasty.
I don't know what I would do.
No,
I don't know what I would do. Honestly, I can say would I stop the car? Probably not, because shit, if I saw the car get out, one might be coming at me as I'm getting out the car and I get tagged. Maybe get the hell up out of there.
yeah. When you driving, she on the side of the road right here. She on the side, and you driving this way, and she chunking them.
I would
And
probably be
don't,
like,
yeah,
I hope I don't crash and get the fuck on. And now I would call the cops for sure, but I
yeah,
don't think I'm gonna confront her. No.
because it's still got to be something wrong with her.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely something wrong with her.
And then you don't want to risk the chance of as you stop to get out the car, and as you getting out the car, you didn't see that second champagne bottle she threw that gonna hit your ass to your car. Then what
She
you
gonna
gonna
hit
do?
you right upside the head, and then she
Right
gonna go
upside the
about
head.
her business.
Wow. And you're gonna be like, gone. You're screwed.
Yeah, you'll
So
be
you want
just
to try to get
scratched.
away. You want to. Sometimes you don't want to confront that. Like call the cops. Hey, there's a crazy lady throwing champagne bottles at cars on such and such street. I ain't fucking with her. Go get her and let the police handle that shit. Let they do what they do, right? Or they, let or maybe medical personnel. But even though cops are probably not really an option people want to use now because of all the shit,
Uh-huh.
but better them than you, goddammit. I just say that.
I don't know if I would have been. I don't know what I would have did if she was throwing bottles like that. But I don't
It
know
was
something
like,
wrong with me because one time this guy he was on the side of the freeway, but he was spitting at the cars, like spitting at every car. And me with my stupid self, I'm rolling the window down, and I told him, I said, "You better not spit on my car." And that man, he was like, "Shut up, ain't nobody gonna spit on your car." And then he sat up here, and he was like, "Getting it ready." And I hurried up and rolled my window up, and he spit on my car. I was so mad, I could start cussing him out. I was like crazy, but I'm
right.
like, crazy. I don't know, I probably would have rolled the window down. She would have got me in my lip or something. I would have had a fat lip. She would
Oh,
have
that
got,
you would have had bum bumps.
yeah,
Ugh.
she would have got
Sometimes you
me.
just gotta let that shit ride, man. Because
Yeah,
last thing you want is somebody spitting on you, and next thing you know, you got the plague.
ooh, for real,
You know what I'm
for
saying? Just
real.
you can wash shit up your car.
Right.
You
I
don't
be
want that
too
shit on
busy
you. You
running
know,
my mouth too much. I be
they be
running
like,
my mouth
oh,
too
you
much.
be like, oh,
Yeah,
you
like
may fucking have
you
to
just
go
finna
and
roll the
go
window
get
down,
deep.
tell this man that.
Yeah, because that's a hazmat, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, it has
A
to be
human
something.
mouth is dirtier than a dog's mouth.
Ah, you think? Ah,
Oh, absolutely. Human mouth is probably the most. A friend of mine who's a doctor told me this
so
shit.
now that can't be true,
The
Cooper.
human mouth is one of the nastiest ever. He said your
Then a dog?
asshole, your asshole has less bacteria than your mouth.
Then a dog? We talking about a dog? They be
And
eating
a
that
dog, yes.
trash.
We're talking about a dog who's rabid. A human mouth is filthier than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look that up, Cooper. Did you
The
look it
human
up?
mouth is very, very. It's got a lot of bacteria. We got a lot of bacteria.
Is that the 2023 statistic?
This is. Yeah, we got some nasty motherfuckers out here. That's why if you do some things, brush your teeth.
Oh, a pimp. I got one already. I'm gonna show y'all. You know who did it? My Astro Cerakoted. Oh, race gun. I ain't got no race gun,
But you got to
but
ask yourself for the gun.
I have an Astro Cerakoted gun, and Jack of all trades did it for me. You know Jack of all trades?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He did it. I like
Nice.
it. And look, matter of fact, the things is right here. The magazines he did right here. He still
Sweet.
posted these magazines for me. Well, he gave me he gifted me these. Yeah, he gifted me these. But it's like this. It's this color and blue, and I think it's got yellow in it. I'll show y'all. I'll do a video probably one day. You ever dry heave from being drunk? Hooker?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Hooker, what kind of drink you like? You like darker brown? I mean darker brown, darker white liquor.
I like liquor.
What's your favorite?
I don't discriminate.
What's your favorite
Um,
liquor?
depending where I'm at. If I'm depending where I'm at, I do like brown as far as bourbons. I don't do a lot of Hennessy no more.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of yak. I do if I do yak, it be Courvoisier, but I do it with my family and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But when I'm out, I drink white.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Why is
rum.
that?
I don't. White liquor is just a little safer.
You think?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I cannot drink tequila and vodka in the streets.
Damn,
I
I
have to
can't. I
drink
drink.
that at home because I'll be passed out, like passed out.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong. I get beat the hell up, but something about brown liquor's heavy. Um,
Hmm.
so that's why I like drinking it at home or in a home environment. I don't drink a lot of it out. I
Really?
used to, but I drink more like rum. I do like rum and coke, right? I like rum and coke. I do that out. It's easy.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not expensive. And something about brown. I was selling Hennessy for like $12 a shot. Like what? What?
I can't do Hennessy no anymore. It make my
I
head
I
hurt.
can, I can do Courvoisier. I don't do Hennessy, but I do bourbon primarily. If I'm gonna do anything, it'll be bourbon, and I don't like drink bourbon like I would drink rum.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Who could a pimp say you looking like you drunk?
no, I'm not drunk enough yet. You have to catch me when I'm really drunk, and I'll say liquor. I'm not nowhere near. Maybe on the next early bird, I'll get fucked up, and I'll say liquor then slick back.
Well, so we need a Bloody Mary live. That's for the hangover,
Oh
right?
shit,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
good as hell. You do Bloody Marys too?
Hell no, I hate them. You like them?
Oh, I was about to say, damn.
I was
I'll
just
do a Bloody
talking.
Mary. I love Bloody Marys.
Really?
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
I like because you can get fancy with it, right? But back in the day, it was just the V8 juice, the vodka, and the celery stick, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe the carrots. Now, shit, you could add peppers, habanero. You got shrimp, fucking
Ooh,
bacon. I've seen motherfucker add
ooh,
a whole like a half a
bacon.
steak in his fucking on like as a garnish on his fucking Bloody Mary. Oh yeah,
Nah.
bacon, shrimp. Oh, you could turn it into a whole meal.
Nah. Jack Ball Trade, I was just talking about you. Look, was you in the what you call it, Hooker?
What's that?
What you call it when they don't type in and let us know they here? What you say?
They be in the bushes?
Jack, you was in the bushes, huh?
Well,
Bloody
he was in the
Mary is
bushes.
nasty. I can't do
Shout out to
it.
those in
You
the bush.
drinking tomato sauce.
I can't claim that. That's a melanated term.
Nah. Oh, melanated. Yeah.
Melanated, like that.
Jack
They
was in
in
the
the
bushes.
bushes.
We talking about the AR you did. I got to do a video on it. I appreciate you, sir.
There you gotta do that. You gotta show love.
Hell yeah.
Show love to the people. Hey, we
Yes,
all about
indeed.
love, baby. Ain't never about no hate. Hell, it's life too goddamn short for all the bullshit. So fuck them. Shout out to all the haters out there. If you hating, I'm
If
not
you
hating you.
hate,
I don't give a fuck.
if
Really,
you
you gotta.
hate,
I don't hate shit. I hate the fact that I got to get up to go to work in the morning sometime, but I don't hate nobody.
Look, this the earliest I be up. I don't be up this early just to go to work.
Yeah, you see, look at that. You got up.
Yeah, medium steak or well done. Pim say medium steak or well done because you say they put steak inside of us.
Yeah, that's a person with garnish with steak. It was, I think his
That
was like
sounds
medium well.
disgusting.
Yeah, I
Steak
mean,
and tomato sauce.
man,
That
I was
sounds
surprised. I
disgusting.
usually like shrimp or bacon or vegetables. They're like carrots and celery. But I've seen a person put a piece of steak and garnish it with steak. Not a whole fucking steak, but like a small piece.
Now, why would you eat a steak? What? Who would think to
It's
put a steak on it?
creativity. It's creativity.
Now that's just downright crazy.
It's
A steak,
creativity.
a
Some
piece of
people use
steak.
horseradish, all kinds of shit to make a Bloody Mary really a meal. You know, because I mean it's a breakfast drink, and steak is a breakfast food.
What?
You didn't know that
You think
steak
that's
is
why they
a
put it on
breakfast
there?
food.
They may as well put some eggs and some goddamn waffles or
Well, they ain't
chicken
gonna
and
put no
waffles
eggs and
on it.
waffles. Well, you can have that on the side.
No,
You can
you
have that on the side.
put it on the side of the
You have your
glass.
eggs, your eggs
You
and stuff,
drinking
your
and eating,
breakfast, and you
huh?
drink your Bloody Mary. Absolutely, Bloody Marys are one, but you can get creative with it. Like I said, I seen this little piece of steak. It was like this whole. Let's just not get the picture. They put a fucking porterhouse and dropped this shit into the fucking. They didn't do that. They took a piece of it as a garnish because it's something about the salt and this. It's like the salt portion of the Bloody Mary. That's why you got the shrimp. That's why you had the bacon or that stuff. It's kind of like a salty and with like tomato, like a tomato soup. If you have like a tomato soup and you add certain things to it, it intensifies it. Like pepper primarily, but anything like that, any kind of spice intensifies it. I
I
don't know.
forgot eat tomato soup. Now let's you
I love
talking
tomato
about
soup.
like
I
spaghetti
love tomato soup.
in the spaghetti. Do you call that tomato soup? You
That's a
slow.
bolognese,
Uh, no,
tomato
thank you.
tomato sauce.
You have to dip a grilled cheese sandwich in it.
Yeah,
They need to put it with the grilled cheese sandwich. Put a grilled cheese sandwich on the side of it. That'll be better.
somebody, but the bread will get all soggy.
Meat. They put meat in a drink. That's just like my daughter. She'll put some goddamn. She'll put a piece of her burger inside of her cup.
Right? Look, it's,
That's nasty.
it's not. It's not like they like leave it. It's like a garnishing, right? It's
I
not like
know,
thrown
but
in
that's
the shit.
still nasty. That sounds nasty.
It's garnishing, and
I don't know. Then look,
a cooked steak eaten cold is pretty good. I've eaten a cold steak.
then you just get nasty now. A cold steak?
It's been cooked. It's not like it's raw. It's cold steak. You never had like a steak you cooked and you put it in the fridge. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna cut me a piece and eat it.
No,
I've done
not
that.
no steak. Steak too tough for that.
Yeah, it depends on who's cooking the steak, baby.
But still, it's gonna be in the refrigerator. It's gonna be hard.
Nah, it's not that damn tough. It's really not.
No,
No,
I don't know about that. Husband.
it's not like you're chewing gum. You know,
It would
it's
be
like
like
eating, it's like
chewing
eating
gum.
cold
I would
chicken.
imagine.
It's like eating cold chicken. I love cold chicken.
Now I eat some cold chicken.
It's like the same thing.
I don't know.
They're cooked right. Yeah,
I take your word for it.
it is. It's not raw. I'm not talking about raw steak. I'm talking about even though there's people out there that do eat raw red meat.
Yeah, I can't do it. You
I'm
do
not
that?
one of those people.
Yeah.
Unless it's Kobe beef. I've eaten Kobe beef raw.
Yeah, I gotta be cooked a little bit. Shrimp. That's like a shrimp cocktail. They put it in tomato sauce. They may as well put
Pretty. There you
cocktail
go.
sauce in it and put
There
some
you
vodka
go.
inside some cocktail sauce. Technical
There you go. I'm
millionaire.
telling
How
you.
you doing, sir?
You want to know the craziest shit? So you ain't my uncle no more. Don't make the uncle grandpa.
Good night.
Slick, you stupid man. Skilly, what's up, man?
Ooh,
They coming up in the jump, baby.
y'all getting up. Y'all waking up this morning.
9:30. We've been rocking for 2 hours.
I know. It's been nice. I'm about to go wake my son up, y'all. Pray for us, because, he still learn. I mean, he know how to drive. Don't get me wrong, but still, I don't want to say too much because he's probably
Nah, you go handle that business, yo.
he's probably already up.
This junk was mad fun.
It
I didn't
was
get
something.
2 hours. We I think it's good. We ain't gotta go like no all morning. That
Hey,
shit's early bird.
hey, you know what we should do this year? We need to do the 24-hour live.
Oof.
We need to do that, like for real. Somebody was
Honestly,
saying like one person do the live and then another person do the live, a 24-hour live.
like a marathon type, because you did
Yeah,
that before.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was hard. I
Fuck
can't
yeah.
remember what old boy name, but shoot, it was
Look,
hard.
I had to give you. I talked shit because when I was on that fucking other team, fucking didn't understand the fucking game. But that is a feat when you really look at it.
Dude, like,
That
and
is a
I told
fucking.
her it was too long and they cut it out. They was like, it's too long. They won't let you do it like that. So you gotta do it, you gotta break it up.
That shit was a fucking feat.
Yeah, that was
Because
something.
I saw a piece. I was at work for a little bit, and I came on later on that night.
Yeah,
I was like, "Fuck it, man! Say they doing a 20. Let me see what they're talking about.
yeah.
This might be too much, but let me see." And I was on. I was like, "It's cool." And I
I
was
was
like, "Okay."
delirious.
As I talked shit on the other fucking team, but when I look back on it, yeah, that was pretty impressive. No one's really done that before. I've seen some long fucking lives
Mhm.
where they were like 5, 6 hour shits. Like you be like fuck, like tools and targets. He
Yeah,
be having some long fucking lives.
yeah,
His shits be like 4, 6 hour chunks.
yeah.
You know. Then a few other cats go 4, 5 hours. They're like, God damn, I got to go to work in the morning. You know, like
It be
But
rough.
that
It be
24 hour
rough.
joint was pretty. I don't think anybody else has done that before. I think you're the only one that's done it.
We gotta get on that. It won't be. It'll
24
be
hours.
24 hours, but it'll have to be. It'll have to be separated. Thanks, pimp. But yeah, it was fun. But I wouldn't recommend it. Like I honestly wouldn't.
And like you said,
Now
you
don't
have it
tell
on
me.
your platform, but have people take over,
Yeah,
like do it in shifts. Like, okay, I can rock out for a couple hours. I got shit to do.
yeah.
I'm going to motherfucking sleep. Hold it down for me with this person.
Hmm.
You got enough people have like you said, have blocks. It doesn't have to be planned. Because did you? How long did you plan that? Like, or was it just like instinct? Let's just
No,
do
it
it.
was like a month. It was a month out, and but what I'm saying, it won't still be on YouTube. Like if they only do like 5 hours. They'll only well
Oh,
at
for
the
real?
time they only let you record for 5 hours, and anything after that it was gone. And then now I don't even have the 5 hour stuff like the I took like and it's I don't know how to explain it. I took clips out of the 5 hours worth because
Uh
the
huh.
5 hours long. But that's
Yeah,
all I have
5 hours.
left. Everything else is on my stream yard, but it won't convert over or
To
I
YouTube.
can't go to YouTube with it. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
So
crazy.
maybe do that. Do this. Do 24 hours, but do like a 4 hour hit.
Mm-hmm.
Take an intermission.
Yeah, you back on
Like
there.
I said, do a part two, but do a 24 hour hit, 24 hour part one, 24 hour part two, part three, and do
Yeah.
like 6 parts or 5 parts or whatever, and then have an hour intermission. So do that. Do 5 parts, 4 hours apiece, hour intermission in between.
That sounds good. Probably wouldn't be crazy. No, I probably end up going to sleep and not coming back on though, because at the end, I was delirious. And if
I
you
was
in 32 when they got on there singing, what song y'all was singing?
the 12,
Bottles on the
12
wall or
something,
something?
something about 12 days of Christmas
Oh,
with
12
Ben.
Days of Christmas. Oh, man, I wish we would have got that.
Yeah,
I would see if I could get. Well, I would see if I could get it off of.
I was struggling trying to figure out some other shit to say. Yeah, and I
Oh
wasn't even on
man,
there nowhere near. I was on there for like 2 hours, and I was struggling. Like, damn,
crazy,
fuck, this shit
crazy,
is
bro.
crazy. So I can imagine y'all being on there 24 hours. And,
Crazy.
I mean, that's a feat to do. Go 24 hours hard for 24.
Yeah.
That's a feat. That's definitely that ain't nothing to sneeze at. No one talk shit and hate it on that joint or whatever, but that you gotta be real. Get past the bullshit of the hating and be like, that's a fucking feat to go live for
Yeah.
24. It's like a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a video telethon. It's like a telethon. I
I'm
mean, we did
trying to
something
think.
like
Who
that
else
with
is
running.
that?
We were in the military. We was raising money,
Uh huh.
and we called it a 24-hour jogathon. So we basically have somebody on the PT track for 24 hours.
One person.
One person had to run, and then they would tag. Then we'd be like, next person.
Oh.
But it was like you'd have a team. We broke it up into teams. In our platoon, we broke it up in teams of people.
Mhm.
Okay, people, we'd have all the young troops go first,
Mhm.
go out there and run. And I think we only had one NCO go in the morning. That because he had something he had to do.
Mhm.
That joker ran 13 miles straight,
Man, that's a half
nonstop.
marathon.
And
A
then we
marathon.
yeah, because he's used to doing that running and hiking and all that stuff. So he ran forever. And then after he got done running, he was helping fix up the tents and shit we had out there. I mean,
Oh no.
I'd have been dead after that. That joker was still out there and then
Mhm.
left and did whatever he had to do. We had most of all the junior troops, and then the NCOs did it that night,
Mhm.
like all the leadership. So we was out there at night, we were drinking, listening to music. People bringing like blankets because it got cold where we were at. It was all rainy, and we were running. We'd have somebody on there. You'd have to run. I think like run a little bit. Like
Uh-huh.
we'd run like every 2 miles. You'd have to run and okay, next person go. Run 2 miles, next person go. And
Mhm.
we were doing that joint. And
So
yeah.
you would go back in after you got this from drinking?
Oh, I'd go, yeah,
No.
shoot, the drinking made it even better. I'd go back out there, have me a cold beer, I had my music on, I'd get out there like, oh shit. I was out there skipping and shit. We just had somebody on that
Hell.
track. And when we got done at that next morning, it was fucking cool. It was the coolest shit we done. We
I
got
bet.
recognized for it, and we raised the money. It was
Uh-huh.
for a good cause. So that was one of the coolest things we did. But it was cold, it was
Mhm.
dark, it was rainy. For us during the day, it was fine. At night, it just got horrible.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We got so goddamn drunk.
Nice.
It was fun as shit. And then we made it that morning. We slept like babies. We was out there. All the
Okay.
NCO were out there since that morning, except that one. But all of us were out there since the beginning of it. We stayed the entire time.
Now that's something else. I would like to see that on video. Y'all need to do that again. Go call them up, Hooker.
Shit, you think my fat ass is gonna be out there?
Do it something. You can skip again, Hooker. Just
I can
barely get
walk. I'll
started.
walk, but I'm not doing that. I'm probably not gonna do that. That's just one of those things that and this is definitely pre social media.
Mm-hmm.
People had like digital cameras and shit, but it was damn sure
Yeah.
you know
That would have
no
been cool
fake,
to
no
do.
no no Instagram lives at that time.
Yeah.
There was
Ooh,
I don't even think Facebook, MySpace, none of those things existed.
really?
Go back to that far. How about that? Black Planet was still one of the things that was going on. Black City.
Oh.
Yeah, who know about that Black Planet?
Ooh.
Oh, that Black Planet. You know about
I'm so glad.
BlackPlanet.com.
Well, I ain't know. I'm not glad, but kind of glad.
How old are you, Santee?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm young. I'm 21.
Are you? I'm gonna
21.
ask this. Are you a '70s baby or '80s baby? Just say that.
Okay, why are you trying to tell folks my age around here?
Cause '80s is a long
I have a
decade. You
20.
could
I
be
have a
like
24 year
89.
old. I have a 24-year old. Well, he about to be 24, and I'm 21.
What does that mean?
That's how
You
old
got
I am. I'm
21
old
year
enough
old.
to
You
have a
could be
24-year old.
man as some of these people out here getting it in. Shit, you could be 32 and have a 21-year-old. Way these cats is going out here.
No, I'm not from that school. I'm not from that school. It was only a couple of girls out there doing that. It wasn't the
So
majority
you're
of them.
you're you're are you a millennial? That's a good question. Shout out to the millennials, Melanie. Daggone right, damn millennials. Are you a
Am
millennial
I
or are you a Gen Xer?
hookah? I'm a Gen X.
There we go. That's
I'm a
what I'm
Gen
talking
X. I'll give that to you. Okay, I'm a Gen X.
about. Gen X,
Absolutely.
baby. Nothing wrong with
Shoot.
that. Gen X is where it's at. Gen X,
Okay.
yeah, daggone pimp. He a '90s baby, but his voice is definitely boomer.
Pimp, you a 90s baby? Oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
yeah.
I'm so shiny now. Let me
As
take
deep as
my
that
let me
voice
take
is,
my stuff back. Let me
you would swear up and down he was born in 1960 something.
I
With
thought
that
you was
voice,
older than that, Pimp.
Pimp a youngin, man.
Oh my.
Pimp a youngin. He like 30, if that. He a youngin. 93. He'll be 30 this year if he hadn't already turned 30. Jesus Christ.
Pimp, where you get that voice from? Is your daddy? I wait.
Sheesh, that's what I'm
Oh, it's your
saying.
daddy, Pimp. I wait. Let me shut up. Lord forgive me. I be forgetting. Uh, y'all gonna get me in trouble. Pimp, please forgive me. Can't be
Yeah, I knew he
messing
was
with the
young. I was like, oh.
babies.
He said, I still got a crush on you, Santee. Don't let the age
Oh,
fool
look
you.
at you.
Stupid.
Melanated, you a millennial?
Melanated is a millennial,
Oh my goodness.
but she's one of those old
Hey,
millennials.
shoot. She a tough one.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's a
who,
Gen X. She's a Gen X millennial.
you a
We'll say
Gen X? Okay.
she's a Gen X
Okay.
millennial ish. You know,
Okay.
like an early
Going
'80s baby.
every Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do every Saturday, but we'll do some more Saturdays, huh? Puka?
Yeah, we'll do some more Saturdays. I think that'll be cool. I think we could definitely do some more Saturdays. I'm
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Yeah, every
Y'all just
Saturday
make sure
that
y'all
would be
up.
early bird every Saturday wouldn't work, but we could definitely do it more than just the 2 Saturdays I was thinking. I think we definitely do
A
it again.
year. It's like 2 Saturdays a year.
Yeah,
What?
like you get a whole get a 6 month. Everybody put the date you were born, the
Look,
year you were
look,
born.
now see that you going too far, Hookah now. Now look now, see.
Look, are
I
you are
already
you
gave you that Gen
are
X
you
now.
older than me?
I don't know, we might be the same age, Hookah. We might be.
Are you a early 40s or late 40s?
We might be the same age, Hookah. That's all I'm giving you.
So we might be the same age.
Yeah, we might be the same age,
When did you
Hookah.
join the Air Force?
Hookah. Bye. Bye, Hookah.
I'm trying to see something here. Did you
A
join
long
Did you
time
join the
ago.
90s? Are you a post 9/11 Air Force person or are you pre 9/11?
I was none of your business. Oh, I ain't telling you. I was in there when it was 90. I was in there when it was 90. Yep, I was in there.
Okay, all right,
I
fair
ain't gonna
enough.
tell you if I was in there before or after, okay?
All right, but
It,
you was in the mix when it was
I
going down.
was there, yeah, yeah. I'm an Iraqi and Afghanistan.
Okay,
Freedom. Yeah, yeah,
okay, so you were there during that time. Okay, so that's early
yeah,
2000s. That's still young.
yeah. What was your first one?
Were
Desert
you Desert
Storm?
Shield? Were you Desert Shield, Desert Storm, or were you
Hell
Iraq?
no, were you?
I was a little bit after Desert Shield.
Oh, then you older than me then, Hoopy.
Yeah, I was Desert Storm. I was right when Desert Storm was the war part was over, but it was technically still going on.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm older than you by what?
Maybe about 10 years.
10 years?
Maybe 20 years. Because I'm 21.
You 21? I'm only
Yeah, you
23.
about well then, you 2 years older than me. Let's leave it
Okay,
at
we'll do
that.
that. Do you know? Did
um,
you grow up with a rotary phone? Let's say that.
man,
Yep. Then we're probably in the same. Yeah.
hookah. I'm not gonna lie to you. So my family is from Louisiana.
Okay.
When I was growing up, my great grandmother still had that phone. Now I don't know if it worked, but she had that phone that you put up the little thing, you take it and you put it to the ear. You know what I'm saying? You do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know what they call it. It's a phone, but you take the
Yeah.
phone and put it not the
Yeah. No, you had the one where had you had the receiver and you had to talk into the phone. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You old
she
school.
had that in the house.
You're old school for sure. Yeah. You know what a landline is? The watch ring. Wow. Oh, shit.
The
Which one?
watch
I remember
ring.
Swatch made them back in the day too, and I remember the ones that had like the flexible. Whatchamacallit.
The
Yeah.
watch
Guns N' Argument's
ring.
been around for a little bit. You can tell.
Oh, I remember that. They had the little like what's the names on the side? Like it would pinch your finger.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Who said
Mm-hmm.
that? Who said the watch ring?
Guns don't argue. So he sounded like he grown.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, he grown.
He
He full
grown.
grown.
I tell you this. Who remembers back when candy bars were actually full size?
Candy bars was full size. What you
Yeah, they
mean?
weren't like the little bite size ones they got now. They actually were like full size candy bars, or like remember now and laters when they were bigger. Um, Candy was different back then than it is now. I don't know what the fuck they call this shit now. But
We need to get some candy from back then.
for real, like who was out there playing freeze tag, red light, green light?
Okay.
That's old
Okay.
school.
Slipback said, I remember when a bag of chips was 99 cents.
I mean, it was cheaper than that.
Right. How much you remember them being, Fuku?
I remember them bad boys being a quarter.
Exactly. We probably the same age, Fuku.
I remember seeing gas at 50
25
cents.
cents.
I remember seeing gas at 47 cents a gallon.
I mean, I don't know about that, Fuku.
Because it was funny. It was like in the 70s, it was up because they had the gas shortage. In
Mm-hmm.
the 80s, it panned out. In like the early 90s, like 91. I think that's around the time I had my car. I remember it being 47 cents a gallon.
Damn.
I remember that. Reason I remember that is because I had to go and try to pull out, like, I was pulling like pennies and stuff to get 50 cents to get a gallon of gas.
Really? I remember when the gas went up to over a dollar. It was yeah, a 99. I remember it was 99 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I had came. I was in the military, and I had came back. I had bought my mama a car,
Uh-huh.
and we were riding around. Me, my mama, and my family. We were riding around this car, and I put some gas. I went to stop to put some gas in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I pull out $10, thinking I'm about to get a whole bunch of gas. We about to fill it up, and I didn't look at the price at the time, and I'm filling the car up, and I'm like, well, it should be full. And then I look, I'm like, when did the gas get to 99 cents? Because I mean, yeah, 99 cents, because at the time I wasn't driving, I was on base, I wasn't doing all that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when did the gas get to 99 cents? I had to pull out some more money to fill the car up. And I was tripping. I was talking crazy the whole night, like, why is the gas up? But it was wartime and stuff. They were going crazy. And I ain't never seen no price of 99 cents. 99 cents again.
Yeah, I remember it was
Mm-hmm.
later on in my 20s. I was in my early 20s. I was heading down to Florida, and I stopped through Georgia. Gas was
Mm-hmm.
At that time, gas was 87 cents a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
I remember taking, $10 in there, filling my tank up, buying shit, snacks, and all kinds of stuff. Had a full tank gas with snacks for $10.
Yeah.
Remember those
Good old
days?
days. Yeah, good
Mm-hmm.
old days.
Remember those days? And then I went overseas where gas was obnoxiously expensive. You're talking, it was
Yeah.
like 70 cents a liter.
Yeah.
A
Didn't
dollar
they trip
fifty
you
a
out?
liter.
Yeah, didn't they trip you out? You saw that? You like, how you gonna get around?
Look,
That
in
tripped
England,
me out.
I drove a Hyundai, what was it, Elantra or something like that. It cost me $100 to fill that tank up.
Hell no.
Then I came back
Mm-mm.
here and gas was like $2 a gallon. And then during like hot and during freedom, Iraqi freedom, that shit went up to like $4 a gallon on base. It went up to $4.
Ooh. That is
Insane,
crazy. That is
insane.
crazy. Pimp coming up with all
Yeah,
that gold coins, gold
yep.
chocolate coins. Remember that?
I remember those. I remember
Yep.
shit. I remember what I remember, the gummy bears and stuff that were bigger. They tasted different.
Yeah.
I remember the big jawbreakers. I remember the fireballs. Um,
Oh yeah.
I remember the black Bart. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
The
Not the
black
black
Bart
Bart
Simpson.
Simpson shirt. That is old school there, buddy. Yes, sir.
Dressed
I mean, that
just
was
like
late. That was
Simpson.
88.
Yep.
Man. 89, 88, 80. Man, I was
Pimp
a
trick.
teeny popper.
Pimp, you don't know nothing about a floppy disk. You remember a floppy disk?
Which one, a three and a
Wow.
half or the five and a quarter?
Okay.
I remember the Commodore 64. Let's talk about
What in the
it.
world? I don't know nothing about that.
Woo! Commodore 64. This is early 80s.
Mm,
One of my big
mm-mm.
brothers graduated in 81, so I tells you that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't
And
know
I'm
nothing
one of the
about that.
youngest. Yeah, yeah. I
Do
ain't
you
gonna
remember the first movie you ever went to go see in the movie theater?
It's a good question. Um,
Still you do not still use no floppy disk.
Shit. The first one I seen, it might have either been a Police Academy movie or it might have been First Blood. It might have been.
You remember when 48 Hours, Eddie Murphy used to have
I saw that
everything
in the movies.
uh, in Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills
Like
Cop.
he
I
used
saw
to
that
have
in
it
the
all
movies.
on there.
Yep.
Man,
Yep. I saw Coming to America in the movies.
Coming to America.
Okay, that came
Yep.
out 88 though. That was like 88, 89.
The first movie I saw was Color Purple.
Wow.
Very first one. Yep. Color Purple
Wow.
the movie. I was tripping. I'm like, is all these things on this?
Wow.
I was supposed to go see E.T. It was
I saw
E.T.
that in the
before
movies.
Color Purple, but
I saw
I
ET
didn't
in
get a
the
chance to
movies.
go see E.T.
Yeah, I saw that in the movies. ET.
Black what? What was his first movie?
Who was that? Pimp Slickback?
Yeah, I can't see it.
Blade?
Black. Oh, in '98.
98.
Oh, but you were born in '93. So okay. Dang, sick bag.
Could have possibly been
You got
earlier than that.
grown man voice. Well, you're a
I just
grown
these are what I
man.
can
I'm just
remember.
saying. Huh?
I remember listening to hip hop. My first listen to hip hop back in 1979.
What?
That's when I listened
It's
to it.
79? God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you older than me. For,
It was Curtis Blow,
I
a
remember
Christmas
him
rap,
though.
and then of course Sugar Hill Gang. You know, rappers alike. But the first song I ever heard was Curtis Blow's Christmas rap.
Mm,
Yep. That dun 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 dun. Yep. That was 1979, 1980. Yep.
good night.
I think it was the Christmas of '79. Yep.
I don't even remember the first one. It's probably some Michael Jackson song or
That
Prince
was my first
song.
hip hop joint. Because my parents, funny, used to listen to old school hip hop. They're not too big on the new school stuff, but the old school,
Yeah.
like Houdini, Run DMC.
Oh, they listen to that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Okay.
absolutely. Sugar Hill Gang. Oh shit, yeah, they had their albums. I mean, they had the 33s. They had the vinyl, baby.
Stealing Benz emblems off the hood. Man, you talking about Benz emblems, yes. And I remember when they used to steal registration stickers off the back of cars. My family was doing it. Yes, indeed. Oh man.
Spinners.
You
You
know
got
what's
the
crazy?
swangers. Oh, that's what they call them down in Houston, swangers.
Yep, swangers, spinners, all of that. Yeah. They
Mm.
steal those too. They used to
Mm.
steal people's stuff. They would steal anything, huh?
Yeah, they were stealing all kinds of shit.
Yep. Yep.
Stealing wheel locks. Yeah, cats
People
stole a
out of
whole bunch of shit.
control.
Cats could steal. Shit, I
Yeah.
remember when the crack epidemic started.
Ah,
Yeah,
out of control. You would
seen
do
all that
anything
shit.
for the
I
low.
was actually around when FOPA 1986 occurred.
When who?
Firearms Protection Acts, when they banned machine guns.
Mm.
I remember that. And I was a youngin. I was a youngin. I was like light guns, shot my couple of guns first time, and they talked about that. When the gun
Mm.
stores back then, I remember seeing like, and at first I didn't know, ARs like that. I just knew M16. I knew that,
Mm.
you know. And I was like, man, they got from the movies. I wasn't even in the military yet, just from the movies. I was like, damn, they got those kind of guns in the stores. I didn't know that. And so I
Mm.
found out about like they got this joint called, I didn't know it was called FOPA back then, but they had it where they banned automatic weapons.
Mm.
So it was different times. Because back then you could buy a fucking Mac 10 for like $300.
Oh, crazy.
You know, you could buy those they had those the drop in auto sears.
Mm-mm.
They have for ARs. They call them registered drop in auto sears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you basically turns your AR-15 to select fire. Basically, you didn't have to do that third hole because you just drop it in. It's automatic. That's why I call it ready drop in. They had those back in the early '80s, and they were going for like $50, $20, $30 a piece. Now them shits are worth like 20,000, 30,000.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Back then, because they didn't have FOPA back then. There was no. The only thing they had was NFA 1934, and they had the Gun Control Act of 1968. The FOPA 1986 didn't come out yet, so a lot of that stuff you could buy. You had to do the tax stamp. That
Mm-hmm.
was still in effect, but there wasn't a store you couldn't go to and buy it. You could buy a Mac 10. You could buy whatever machine was that you could buy, even though it might have been used in commissions of crime. But that gun was still available to the public. And
Nice.
like you go buy a Glock, you could buy a Mac, and it was cheap for back then anyway. It was
Goodness.
expensive, but not, But $300 back then was expensive. Back in the late '70s, early '80s, $300 is a lot of money.
Mm,
Now,
yeah. Okay, that was the store value. How much was the street value?
what's that?
I said that was the store value. How much was it in the street?
Probably, probably a little more.
A little more. Okay.
Probably a little more back then. I'm sure you probably got more money for you. I mean, you didn't have to go through the process. You just got it, you know.
Mm,
So, but now, yeah, good luck. If you can find a Mac 10 for less than 13 grand now, transferable, you're doing something. Cause now, yeah, they're gone up. They've gone up significantly. I remember post ban when those jokers were. You still can get them for 2,500.
I need to go be friends with an old country person. It's like in the mountains or something, or maybe even Louisiana somewhere, maybe even Texas somewhere, and be like, "What you got? You want these? I ain't no telling what
Get
these
some
people got."
crazy, yeah, some old guy who just loves the hell out of the guns. They probably got some shit,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing you like about some of these older cats. They got some things, you know. Like this, I saw this one. They were doing a gun turn in, and we'll do this. We'll wrap up here.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing a gun buyback or turn in or whatever up in Connecticut, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
this lady was turning in her grandfather's STG 44 bring back.
It is. Oh, what?
And it was an STG 44. It was a German machine gun. She was just getting rid of guns, right?
Mm-hmm. She didn't know
The
what she
cop
wanted.
stopped her. He's like, nah. At least he was like, nah, we can't accept this gun because he knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
It had papers. It was a bring back. That gun at a minimum was worth $40,000 at a minimum.
Mm,
And that's just for a regular transferable. You had a World War II bring back with papers.
she didn't know.
That gun
Yeah, that was a good
easily
guy.
double that.
That was a good guy because
Yeah,
you
he's
know
like,
people.
no, we can't take this.
Mm,
You want to either keep this gun because it's your grand, or if you're going to sell it to a reputed dealer or historic collector, and
mm,
get you a bag. The shit we want off the street is these bullshit pipe guns and cheap ass Saturday night specials. We ain't expect motherfuckers to turn in no high end shit
yeah.
because they were only giving like $200 for full auto. Who in their right mind is going to turn in a full auto gun for $200? You're
Mm,
nuts. It's a transferable. Man, you must be. Just come over here real quick. I'll give you 300 for it if you're gonna do
it's
that.
right here. I'm looking at it right here. What you talking about? Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
that's from. Dang, you smart. You know all about this stuff too. Cause that was a long time ago. That was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So did. God, dog, who put? I'm trying to look at a picture of it. Hold on.
STG 44.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
this thing look heavy. I think this thing heavy.
It's a nice gun,
You
isn't
think
it?
it's heavy?
I mean, it's got some weight to it. That means wood and steel, baby. Those guns were heavy back
Yeah,
then.
it's heavy.
Ain't like the shit they making now.
Ooh.
They making some bullshit now. I love guns, but some of these guns is bullshit.
I wonder if she sold it. Did she sell it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they could
Wow.
do that story. I don't know. She might have just kept it as a favorite
Shit.
heirloom, which would be a good,
40,000 in 2012. Ain't no telling how much it is now.
probably double.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
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 Dang.
Yep,
Well,
her.
good for her. She had a good guy around her.
He's like, nah. Yeah,
Is
he
he
was
a
like,
good guy or is he a dumb guy? I don't know. I probably no. Let me stop. If
because
I would have known, I probably would have
I would
told
have
her
seen
too.
her.
No, I don't know if I would have told her. Look,
What's
I'm
that? If
wrestling
I
with
would have
the good
seen her,
and the
I
bad.
probably would have been like, you trying to get rid of that? Hey, look,
You give a
I
$5
would show
for
to my
it.
O3 FFL. Hey, I'm a Curio on Relics collector. Let's make a deal.
You would do that. You wouldn't pay no 40,000 for it though.
Hell no, wouldn't have
Yeah.
paid no 40,000 for it. I
You
said,
gonna give her twenty
I'd have
five
gave her
dollars?
like
Like,
five.
thank you, ma'am. It's
I said, I
old,
give you
it's
five
raggedy,
hundred dollars
it
for
don't
it.
work.
Take it off your hands. I'm a historian. I'm in the curio and relics. This
Yeah,
would be a perfect gun as a display. I would try. I'll give you 500 for it. What we
yeah.
gotta do though, we gotta go to the FFL so you can ship it to my FFL, and then I
Mm.
do the Form 4 paperwork back at my house, back in my home state, and it would have been
Wow.
chilling. Cause I'd have been like, and I would have hoped that the dealer that I was doing that joint would have been like, yo. I'd have been like, I'd have tried like, don't tell her
Mm.
shit. She don't know what the fuck she doing. She getting more than what they were gonna give her for a
Do they
bring back.
make ammo? What caliber was
Seven
it?
nine. It's an 8 millimeter. It's like 7.92 Kurz, Kurtz, something like that.
Dang, Hocus smart thing.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like 7.92 or something like that. It's 8 millimeter, but it's like 7.92 Kurtz, something like that. I was trying to buy a semi-automatic version, but the company was a little suspect.
Mm.
Um, what was it?
This thing
It's
tell what, 50 rounds?
Kurz, yeah,
30 rounds.
7.92 Kurz, Kurtz.
Wow.
Yeah, 7.92 Kurz. Ooh, the Gavir 43 champion. It's that
That's
champion
nice.
for okay, yeah, it's like the STG. Yep, yeah, the
That's
Gavir.
nice.
They got a Gavir 43 champion in there. I know that's expensive.
What
Yeah,
you
buddy.
feel about the
I'm telling you, them
gun?
old school joints, people be talking shit. Those guns are some.
Tim say he would have gave her a
What do you do
thousand.
about the gun buyback program? I think is what he's thinking.
And you know they took that away because they
That
started
ain't
saying that.
bad. That'd be shit to give her a grand for a gun that probably cost 80 now. Fuck yeah.
Oh, you talking about for him? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Guns don't argue. You know they
Shout
you
out
know
to
they got rid of that. They were doing those. They were doing those 3D print guns, and they was getting $200 a pop for them, and they had to stop it.
yeah. Hold it down for you real quick, Santee. I'll be right back.
Okay, but yeah, they not doing all that no more. I wouldn't even probably take it up there anyway. I've been engaged my stuff away to my family members before I go and give it to now some of my family members, not all of them, before I go do a buyback. I don't know, cause aren't they gonna destroy you? Now don't tear mine up. It needs to be in a responsible person's hand. That's what it needs to be. Have I wanna know if y'all ever pawned a gun. I did like it was like a 22 or 25 or something like that. I don't even know the name of it. That thing was little. It was horrible. When you try to take the magazine out, the damn magazine would get stuck out in it like it was welded in. It was horrible. Now those girls will be back on the street in no time. They not what's the name of, hey, what's up? They don't destroy those guns. Look, you gonna have me looking stuff up. I don't know what that is. See, y'all be knowing about all this big shit. I don't know nothing about this stuff. What? Get a can 475 Wildy. What wildly? What the hell is that? Let me look that up. But yeah, that's the only way I'm gonna
Oh,
give something
oh, I
up
know what you're talking about,
is
Slick.
raggedy.
That thing is nasty. That gun is nasty.
Let's just look that up. I ain't never
Yeah,
heard of this
that
thing
thing
yet.
is. Ooh,
Is
I know
that
what you're
old
talking about.
gun?
I know what you're talking about. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I know what you're talking about, Slick. That's a nasty. I think that's like. Is that the one that Charles Bron? That's the Charles Bronson joint. Yeah, that joint is oof, oof. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you're talking about, right? Yes, sir.
Let me make sure I'm putting the right
Yes,
thing
sir.
in.
That's the Charles Bronson joint, baby. I was right. That take is nasty as fuck.
This look
Yeah. Yeah.
you like
I like it. I like it. What's up? Thought they were condoms. I mean, you know.
What? What's up? What's up, Tracy? Oh, no wonder.
I'm gonna tell you. Um, tell you the guns that I got slick. I do got something coming at the end of the year. Yep.
Again, Hooker?
Oh, I always got. I like being. You know what I like? I do like
Y'all need a.
if this gun is out on YouTube before I get it.
You ain't want to know.
No. It won't be too much longer before me because they're not gonna have them completed by December. So I know I won't have mine till December. And I don't know where I fall in line as far as when I ordered mine. I don't know where I fall in line.
So
I know
you
when I
wanna
got my
you can
500
get on the waiting list for this stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah, because they have some of
Really?
them they're still putting together. I know mine will probably be. I'm hoping I'm in the top 150. That'd be cool
Oh Lord.
because I was in the top
Y'all got it going on.
130 when I bought my Automax. I was the 130th. One say I was 130th person, 121, I think 121 or 127. I think my gun serial
Uh-huh.
number, and I think the first five were given out to like the owners of the company, manufacturers themselves, and a few other family. So I fell within, and they had a contest to where for that one, if you would have won, you would have got a free gun. You would have had your serial number would have been 500. This would have been cool because the gun was a 500 Automax. That was a caliber. So that'd have been cool. But like mine was in one. My serial number is 120 something.
So
Nice
you
gun,
was up there.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you've been up for a long time.
this one here is gonna be oof. Oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Mm.
I can't wait. Of course, it's big board, and I got another project.
You got a problem. You got a problem. We're gonna put you in the hospital.
Well, it's all
Let
big
you go
bore.
to rehab for a little bit.
I like big bore guns. I love big bore. I'm not on Kentucky ballistics level as far as what he's bought recently, but
Mm-hmm.
I knew about the guns he bought before he put them on YouTube. I mean, as far as the calibers, that 4 bore is disgusting. Um, so, and him shoulder firing is much respect to that dude. Bare shoulder, he's a pretty big guy.
He need to go sit down somewhere. That's the one who got
Caught that 50 BMG, where his 50
yeah.
BMG grenaded. Yeah. He's
He
still
needs to go
going.
sit down somewhere.
Not only did he not stop, he shot even bigger shit with heavy recoil. I'm like, bare shoulder. I'm like, you are a fucking
You know
beast.
what? But I can't blame him no for real.
Four bore.
Did I tell you I broke my arm since January? Not my arm, my elbow. Since from January to I don't know. I think it was like in May.
Oh wow.
My elbow was broke
Oh damn.
because I'm over here playing around trying to what I'm saying, skate and stuff with my kids and my daughter. I didn't sit up here and fail, hurt my damn self, and I had to get back up and get on them damn skates because I gotta set an example.
Hmm.
Show my child, look, you gotta get back up. But boy, was I hurt. I was hurt.
But your elbow was swollen in the motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh man, I was jacked up.
Bet.
For a while.
Bet.
But look, I gotta get out of here. Like for
Yeah,
real.
me too. We've been rocking 2.5. We were supposed to rock out a half hour ago, but
Yeah, a long time ago.
yeah.
But I appreciate you, Hookah. We gotta do this again. We are gonna do it again.
Yep.
Oh,
absolutely. We'll figure it out. All right.
Everybody who came through, thank y'all. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe. Do all that good stuff.
Yes.
We'll see you at the next one.
Like, share, subscribe. Peace out. All right, Santee, you be safe. All right.
All right, you too, Hookah.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me. All right. All right, y'all. That's it for me too, man. This was a good one. Good early bird. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Some of y'all probably sleep like a motherfucker at this point. Shout out to all of y'all that came through and said what's up. It's been fun. It's been real. You know how I do. Gun in the hookah.